7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in the drop, top, top, top. Remember, I had a space yesterday. I had a space yesterday. It was excellent. I was expecting people to unfollow me and shit like that, man, because you know how people are. They'll unfollow you because they don't like what you have to say. You know what I mean? And it's okay. You would think that it's okay to have like detractors and shit like that, but no, no, you don't get that. You don't get that. People just have some vitriol for just difference of opinions, which you know is what it is. But I figure I'll start off this show by saying welcome to the No Filter Podcast. Um, I'm just trying to get everything to work. All right, cool. Welcome to the No Filter Podcast. This is actually being streamed simultaneously on YouTube. So that's where these videos are actually archived. So this is what we're going to do today. I am going to say initially that I am hella disgusted. Look, I know everybody's been talking about the whole Kevin Samuels thing. I get it. What I mean, people always talk about the whole Kevin Samuels. People are talking about the whole Kevin Samuels thing because he passed away. And it's fine. I'm not going to get mad at anybody talking about it, and you shouldn't get mad at me. But that shit really affected me. It affected me because not him necessarily, but who the fuck is going to hold people accountable? That's the thing, man. That's the thing. That hurts, you know. And I feel like no one actually has. Um. Oh yeah, you're a speaker there. I see you. I figured nobody has actually held anybody accountable for anything, man. Like it's really I don't know who's going to do it. Maybe should start doing this shit, man. Maybe you know what I mean. Maybe I should just every like podcast I'll just start off by saying some bullshit about people that's not being held accountable. But I will ask you this before I start my show. If anybody hear this, I see that a lot of black women are upset about the stuff that Kevin Samuels said, and there's anybody from the red pill industry have said. Um, and they say that people demean them, they make them feel like less of a woman and things of that nature, right? That's what they say, right? But honest to goodness, did you ever think about why people say the things that they say about you? I'm talking about the black woman that it applies to. Did you ever think about, wow, we are the lowest ranking race on dating apps? Did that ever occur to you? You know, you could. Is it just going to always be hate? That's what it's going to be. Always hate. You're hating on somebody. Is it always going to be that? Is that what this is going to be? Or are you going to kind of self-reflect, and see maybe I had something to do with it. Maybe I am a little bit too hard to deal with. You know, maybe my expectations are way too high. Maybe it's just way too high. Maybe there's just not enough six-figure fucking people making, that I can get. Maybe stop trying to shame people for also having high expectations. I would imagine if somebody has $1 million, they could probably buy whatever kind of coochie they wanted. And for you, whoever it may concern, that is like this. If it's not you, let it roll off your back. But for those people, what's going on, Hector? Um, if you have multiple kids and expect the guy to take care of them financially, but can't, discipline, or you just have a lot of baggage in general. You know what I'm saying? They could find somebody with that money and get somebody that doesn't have the baggage and be done with it. It's a dog eat dog world. I don't think a lot of women in general are used to that shit. I think the society has been pampering them too damn much. And now when somebody actually speaks out, it's shaming and phobic and things like that. Bottom line is, when you are, if your doctor is telling you that you're overweight, you should probably heed his uh what is it, diagnosis, and do something about it. Instead of looking for somebody to accept it, maybe. But we're gonna start these topics. Two topics here. Once again, welcome to the No Filter Podcast. I didn't have too many topics to kind of like think about. I was like looking around. I'm like, damn, what the fuck do I want to say about these topics nowadays, man? Like, it's kind of dry here. But the reason why it's dry is because there's calm before the storm, man. We haven't even seen God of War. We haven't even seen the teasing of Spider-Man 2. I believe that should be coming out before Wolverine. We haven't even seen that shit either. We haven't seen a lot of shit. And right now the information is dry. And I already told you, explained to you why Sony is drip feeding this information. If you already know what you're going to get a year in advance, you're less likely to buy the things that is existing for you. It's kind of like the kid with the cookies. You know what I mean? If he sees more cookies, he's going to want those over the ones that he currently has on his plate. So that's a marketing tactic. That's what that is. It's not that there's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? So either way, what's going on, Ken? What's good with you?
What's up?
What's up?
What's going on?
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
So,
chilling, man. You know how it is.
no. Chilling, a little bit of illin. Are you walking right now?
Nah, man. I'm just chilling in my house right now, man. I'll probably go for a walk afterwards. I usually like going late, anyways.
Did you go to the gym?
I did.
Liar.
I went earlier, man.
But yeah, we got two topics to talk about. The first topic is going to be: are Sony's games any good? Are these really good games? These Sony games? That's the question. I feel like that needs to be asked for sure.
Well, I mean, if that's the question, this is going to be a 5-minute podcast. Shit. I mean, they're all walking simulators. You know what I'm saying? They're all Ubisoft ripoffs. They all look the same. They all play the same. I mean, it's like, I mean, come on. Like, what the fuck? How can people not see this shit?
I'm on Twitter, man. I'm gonna give you the I'm looking at somebody I'm talking to somebody on YouTube. I'm gonna invite you on Twitter.
Oh my
Nate.
God.
So you should be able to join in that way. What Twitter's supposed to do. So yeah, that's the reason. That's precisely the reason why I would like to bring this up, because apparently it's all Ubisoft games, all walking simulators, all games that don't do shit. Apparently nothing new. It's just graphics and they're one and done and shit like that. So I kind of wanted to go over these PlayStation exclusives, and do they even matter? I have a buddy, right? And he had a PS4. It's funny because this is back in the day, but I used to stream on YouTube like heavy when I used to play my games, right? And I remember I used to put like really provocative titles, and he jumped into my stream. This was like 4 years ago, something like that, something north of 4 years. And he was like, and I said something about, I believe, like chemtrails or something like that. I like, it was funny, and I may start doing that too. I put like the game that I was playing, and then some sort of conspiracy theory thing within the title. I guess I haven't even. Old dogs didn't learn any new tricks. Let me see here. What is he talking about? Join the space. Join. There we go. The space. What's going on? Killer Tay?
What up, fam?
Join the motherfucking space.
Listen. I'm gonna try to make this shit short and sweet. I don't want anything crazy long, but that's okay. I thought we were talking about our games good. I'm glad I have you here for the discourse of it all. I wanted to target how people say that PlayStation games aren't good. And what better than an Xbox on the stage? How do you feel about the PlayStation games that has been released so far?
Who are you talking about? Hector? Hector's the Xbox? I'm just a gamer.
Are you talking to Killer Tay or are you talking to me?
Killer Tay.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't feel like they're bad.
He's like, I ain't got nothing to say about it. What the fuck?
I don't feel like they're bad. I mean, they're not. I mean, the two bad games that I can say are The Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding. Them the only two bad things I could say about any of Sony games that have came out so far.
But is it worth the hype? I should say.
I do believe most of them are overhyped. I do believe that.
So that being said,
anybody that's saying that fucking Sony got a fucking plethora of bad games, that's just a lie, and they just capping.
Oh no, I don't think that people are saying, or I'm sure there's somebody saying that somewhere, but that's not the general consensus. It's really the general consensus is that people are legit saying that it doesn't really matter. Look, bro. All right, hold on. I don't see nothing like that. It just says I'm a listener.
Yo, I can't hear him at all, man. I don't know if he was talking this whole time, but I didn't hear shit.
Oh, Killer Tay?
Killer Tay. Yeah.
Do you hear him now?
Can you hear me now?
Nah, I don't hear nothing, bro. I hear you, and that's it. I see that he's a speaker, but I can't hear him at all.
Damn, that's crazy. Can you hear me, Josh?
I can hear you.
I wonder why he can't hear me then.
What's going on, Ed? Are you able to back out and go back in?
For me?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh.
I don't know why, Nate, you have so much problems with Twitter. Like, I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm. Can the people listening hear me? Let me see. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up.
Hold on. I'm gonna unmute the computer, right? Say something, Tay.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can the people listening hear me? Let me see. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up.
Hold on. I'm that confirms it.
Yeah.
And I can hear him.
Yo, I could hear him just a second ago when I was listening.
Oh, Tay, can you say anything?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter. That's how you join. Like, come on, Nate. Yo, you are you have a computer. What is the problem? You cannot be on your computer and try to join these spaces. You have to use your phone. You got to be on your phone. You can't use it. You can't do it that way. Either way, so what we're talking about here is it overrated? Are PlayStation games overrated? You say that they're overrated, and you mentioned one game. I got thrown off. What was the game that you mentioned that was overrated, quote unquote?
You talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
Gran Turismo 7, the new one.
How the fuck is that overrated? Who's
overrated,
hyping it up? Who's hyping it up?
All the Sony guys, man.
Where?
I know you. I know you've been in the fucking roundtable Discord, man. I know you've been in there, and you see the motherfuckers overhyping that shit.
I don't be in that Discord like that. What are they hyping? What is you gotta hype something?
They hyping ray tracing. They hyping ray tracing when you only see that shit during the fucking photo mode and replays. It's
what else? Because it doesn't seem like you really have enough ammunition to say that.
That is enough ammunition.
Somebody talking about somebody is overhyped because of ray trace features.
Especially when motherfuckers were saying that ray tracing don't even fucking matter. That is a big fucking point right there.
I don't think that they're saying it doesn't matter. What I think is going on is that people say that the PlayStation wasn't able or capable of doing ray tracing.
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Objection. Hearsay. Goddamn Amber Heard ass motherfucker.
I was like, how you gonna object to your own shit, yo? Huh? Yeah, they were like, what? They were like, huh?
Case closed.
So, all right. So, who's cutting shit?
It's not me this time.
Somebody cooking something. That shit is Ed.
Hey, don't worry about what I'm doing.
I need to worry about what you're doing. You better not be doing nothing fucking explicit.
Yo, let me see your hands, man. Show your hands.
So yeah, I'm under the impression. Let me kind of set the tone here. First of all, Tay. Dress size.
I'm a 7. I'm a 7.
Can't you 7? That hurt me a little bit. That shit bothered me. I ain't gonna lie. Man. That shit was. I digress.
Did you talk about that yesterday?
I talked about that. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday. I said something about it before the show started. I was like, yo, to all the women that were upset, black women specifically, I was upset about somebody judging them. I was like, did you ever think about like why you're the lowest like sought after like race? So it's black guys, but black women are the lowest on dating apps. Nobody like wants black people in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever think about that instead of like you ever do like a self-reflection to see like why people feel the way that they feel? You know, it can't be a figment of your imagination. It has to be some fucking reason. All right, yo, I can't even pronounce that shit. Rewap. Who doesn't like Spider-Man, God of War? Is there any Sony game that is particularly terrible? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out because Killer Tay in this chat room claims that Gran Turismo was supposedly hyped everywhere.
Yeah, it was.
It was so hyped that he feel like it's overrated, but then he didn't say what was overrated about it.
I mean, it's not a bad game.
But what's overrated? To be overhyped, right?
No, not overrated.
Okay, so to be overhyped, to be over, because it didn't get that great of a rating, Metacritic. So to be overhyped, right?
There's a difference between overrated and
I get you. So I correct myself. If it's overhyped, who is overhyping it? And it have to be in majority. It can't just be like a few people on a forum.
Majority. I mean, would you see people, right? When you see people on Twitter comparing it to fucking Halo and fucking Forza Horizon, which Horizon is not the racing sim game. That's the arcade one. It's just fucking retarded.
Yeah, but that's not
Not to saying that Gran Turismo is a bad game, because Gran Turismo is a fun game. It's pretty fucking good.
Okay.
But to overhype it to the level to where you thinking that you have to compare it to a fucking first person shooter. That's dude. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
The reason as to why is being hyped. I'm getting echoes now. This nigga always come in here with some busted fucking headset. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. There's always something wrong.
You talking about me, man?
No. Talking about Killer Tay. He can't connect, he can't hear, he bots. Now he's echoing.
He cooking.
All I'm saying is this. Let me let Ed say something since you're in there. Yo, Ed, what you gotta say before I go back to you, Tay? Are these games overrated?
No.
Why? You think that they have some kind of quality that... See, okay, so to be overhyped, right? Is that the word that you use, Killer Tay?
Yeah, overhyped. Overhyped is what you said first. Okay. Overrated, they are not overrated.
Are we saying for Gran Turismo in itself, or are we saying Sony
games
are overhyped? I mean, I don't think they're overhyped. I think with these titles, they come with well, let's be honest, right? Like, there's a cadence to like these games, right? Most of the games that people are apparently overhyping are from games that literally have like broke the mold as far as like gaming goes, right? Narrative, gameplay. So in anticipation to like either a sequel to another game or even just knowing the cadence of the studio, like a Naughty Dog, like a Sony Santa Monica, even down to like Housework. Like, okay, can we say that like whatever the next game that Housework is going to make, is that going to be overrated? Look at what Returnal is. I would assume that I'm very hyped for what they're going to make next, even though it may not be a direct sequel to Returnal. Just knowing what they were able to implement in Returnal, you know what I mean? So I would say it's overhyping by any stretch of the means, but typically, if it is, it's always backed by, okay, well, not even in awards, but how critically acclaimed were those games? It's just like saying From Software's next game is probably, you could say that it's going to be overhyped, right? Or it may be overhyped, but look at what Elden Ring has done. So if From Software and Sony are going to make an exclusive next, which is the rumor, I would say people are probably very hyped, not overhyped, but hyped about what that game could possibly be. So I don't think for 1 second that these games are overhyped. That's just
objection. Hearsay.
Now,
overruled.
Now, Rewop says on YouTube, why would you compare Gran Turismo with Halo if you want to argue that is a driving system simulator? It's fun or whatever. I agree, but Halo is more of a sandbox or first-person shooter.
That's
the reason why.
That's what I was saying.
So let me ask, because I didn't really ask you in a serious manner, Ken. Knowing what you know about how people feel about PlayStation games, I mean, do you think that these games are actually good? And by the way, Killer Ted, before we go on, because let's talk about the definition of overhyped.
Okay.
Before you go on, overhyped. Make exaggerated claims about a product at their or an event and publicize them or promote them excessively. I don't remember any of that happened with Gran Turismo, but go on, Ken.
In my opinion, man, I don't think they get enough recognition for what they do. To be honest, I feel like because of Sony's position, them sort of like having this MO for quality or whatever the case, I think that just kind of rubs people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you've been kind of like, sort of like dominating the sales and dominating the conversation when it comes to their games or whatever the case. I don't know, man. I think people just kind of, as a part of their fucking nature, man, they just kind of want to resist.
Especially bots.
You know what I'm saying?
Bots are really notorious for doing that killer type. Go on.
Yeah. I mean, like, look at what
Hold up, motherfucker. What did I do?
Oh, you're an expert.
I mean,
you said kill a tape, motherfucker. Objection. Hearsay. Objection. Leading.
You're an X-bot. That's what it is.
Bro,
like I am a gamer.
I am a gamer. Hearsay.
La.
I mean, dude, look at what happened with Horizon, man. I mean, Horizon literally in almost every way is better than the first game, but people gave it so much flack, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? Like, you have to ask yourself why. Like, why would so many people give a game that's objectively better than the first one, especially when the first one had so much praise? You know, why would they give it so much pushback? You know what I mean? In my opinion, man, I think they don't get enough recognition for what they do, man. I mean, I can't really think of that many developers in the industry in general that really try to elevate the gaming experience like they do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I mean, they're trying. You know, they're trying to do something different and, you know, try to give people experiences that, you know, seemingly that we've never had before. So across the board, whether it's through the controller or the actual design of the games or whatever the case is, you know.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean, like I said, man, I really don't think that they get enough recognition for what they do, you know. And I think a lot of it is stemming from kind of like what we talked about before, man. I don't know. I think people just want to see like that underdog story, you know, kind of like what happened with the PS3, man. Like, people were shitting on Sony back in the day, man. And in the PS4, they were the underdogs that were coming back. And then, you know, then they got on top, and nobody wants to see somebody win all the time, man. So Microsoft is kind of coming through their come up story. And I think Sony's, as a byproduct of that, they're kind of like in their games, they're kind of getting unnecessary pushback, you know, especially when they're trying to elevate their games the way that they are. So, but that's just my opinion.
Killer Taylor, you were saying something about overhyped or something. What were you saying? You said that Gran Turismo was overhyped, and we already articulated the definition of overhyped. I don't remember any promotions anywhere. If you can't anecdotally post that shit,
like you said, you haven't been in the Discord like that.
But the Discord is a very
There's still people that overhyped it. I didn't say that. It's not necessarily everybody on Twitter. Just too many gamers on Twitter to keep track of it.
But I don't know. You would see it. That's what would be the definition of being overhyped. Is a whole bunch of fucking people, because Twitter is supposedly full of PlayStation fanboys. So if that's the case, you would see it all over the place saying, "Oh, so Gran Turismo is so good. Look at this." You don't barely see Gran Turismo being talked about.
So you saying that when Gran Turismo came out, you didn't see people hyping the shit out of that?
What I did see is that people were saying that the graphics. You didn't even let me finish. What I did see is that the graphics. People were saying that the graphics were shit. That's what I saw. And I saw other fans trying to prove people wrong. It wasn't like unprovoked.
What were they trying to prove wrong?
There were a whole bunch of people, including Rev dude, said it looks like a PS3 to PS2 game. And it was also fucking that fat bitch. What's his name? The fucking review tech said it looked horrible. And it was a poor excuse. So I don't remember seeing any type of.
So two people. So two people.
I didn't finish.
Two people disputing.
I didn't finish. They were two known people. But that's not even the point. The thing is, there were a lot of people on Twitter that basically stated that the game, a lot of Xbots that said that the game had horrible graphics. I got screenshots of that shit. If I would like to share them with you. That just a lot of people said it was ugly. And then there were people that were fans of the series, either would be PlayStation or just fans of the series, were retaliating.
I don't remember.
Of course you don't remember it. Of course you don't.
I remember them saying that it doesn't look much different from the last game.
I understand. I know you don't.
Just like okay, so
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Just like
I don't. Why are you fighting for? Why are you fighting for?
You don't see.
Why are you fighting for? I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
What I said.
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh my god.
How am I fighting with you?
See, objection, Your Honor. The motherfucking defendant is fucking crazy right now.
I don't even want to.
Truth be told, though, can I add to this?
Yep.
Real quick. Like we all know here in this space that the software that comes out, there's always going to be a comparison, right? To try to shit on the other one, regardless if it's a PlayStation title, or even before Gran Turismo came out, like with Forza, was like, oh, they're comparing Forza to Horizon, right? And then it was Horizon to Hellblade, and then it was, what I'm saying? It feeds the war, right? To nitpick, right? But it's funny how it's always about like the visual, right?
Oh,
never the game.
I'm sorry. I have to respond to some of the.
Okay, go ahead.
And these people These people have short attention span. Everybody has short attention span, so try to keep your points concise. He says he tuned out for a bit. What game was getting shitted on? Gran Turismo. They said it looked like a PS3 game, PS2 game. What are you gonna say, Ed? I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I was just saying like it's like that is like the narrative between like the platforms, right? Even down to like PC people jumping in and saying, "Oh well, we shit on both on both consoles," right?
No, but what are you saying? It's always what?
Oh, I'm just saying like there's always going to be a comparison about something. Like you're going to hear somebody hyping up, ray tracing, but on a software level is what I'm saying. Like,
so you're going to have. So what you're saying is that there's always going to be somebody that's hyping something up.
Yeah, of course, because it fades the war between the two. Between the two consoles, and they'll use different platforms, meaning different genres of games.
So fanboy wars, console wars.
Yes, of course. Like, of course.
Jemiah?
I mean, even.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean that's the thing though, but that's the whole crux of this is, and that's what we're going to ask since we kind of got all of this out here.
But Josh, I got two more games that could prove my point.
Mm-hmm.
The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, that was
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, not so much.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, not so much. I think.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, unless you.
Wait, which game?
Death Stranding.
Who's the second one? Oh, Death Stranding. Man, people shitted on that game, man.
Lots of people said it was a UPS simulator, all sorts of things. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking no.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about
of course,
PlayStation guys that were overhyping motherfucking Death Stranding.
Was it before or after? Was that before or after? Was that before or after the game released?
Before and after.
And after, you say.
Motherfucker. Do you remember the homie Thrash making countless videos?
That was before the game was released.
That was before and after.
It was not after.
You know what, man?
My God.
I hope Thrash come up in this bitch. I hope he does.
I hope Thrash come in here too. Because that motherfucker was talking about, I can't, the bridge that you can make several bridges across the fucking nation.
You could.
Everybody's making the same goddamn bridge.
But bro, he was making analysis of the fucking game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he was just saying like, "Yo, this is the best fucking game ever." Like he actually played the game and made analysis based on what he played.
Yeah, I remember he was. You know what I remember? You know what I remember too? I remember him talking about like a lot of pop-in and shit like that as well. I remember a lot of negative shits. But what he did say also, no one knew what Death Stranding was prior to. We didn't know what the fuck it was. And so, like, a lot of people had some speculation. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with speculation, nigga?
Oh my God!
If you talk about the game at all, that's I
like the Xbox excuses that y'all giving right now.
It sounds like it's personal. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's really cutting into the gristle. That's what it sounds like.
I like the bot excuses that y'all giving right now. It's like y'all getting
no. So here's the thing. The question that I had is, are they good games? You want to overhype, but are they good games is the question.
The Last of Us is a good game.
Oh boy.
The story sucked, but the game itself was good.
Nigga, you had to start with that one, huh?
I'm already over it. I already have
I'm
videos.
over it. I'm over it too. But I had to make that point on The Last of Us 2.
Because he's trying to make the point of it being overhyped. He's going to keep on with these 2 games. Well, how about other games? Why don't you mention those?
No, huh? Death Stranding, because the other games were not overhyped.
Because you said the other game doesn't fit your narrative? Is that what you said?
What?
You said the other games don't fit your narrative? What'd you say?
No, okay. I said the other games weren't overhyped. So you saying that God of War was overhyped?
I kind of low key do.
So you saying that? So you say? Oh my God! Now you just want to try to objection, Your Honor.
No, I'm not. Why can't you just accept what it? Look, okay. So here's the reason why I think that God of War was overhyped. Was it a good game? Yes. Was it overhyped? Yes. They both can be true. My reasoning for thinking that is overhyped, that's why I didn't want to use that, is I always wanted the other God of Wars to kind of be like what they are, but on the third, with the camera behind you, kind of like Devil May Cry. What they ended up doing was the story they wanted. Ham on that fucking story. I love the story. But the gameplay.
Oh, the new one, right? You talking about the new one, right?
The new one, yeah.
2018 one,
I think the biggest thing that really pissed me off is it was...
What story?
Which one?
I said, what story?
For what game?
For the new God of War. What story?
Oh, you mean like Zelda?
We said what story?
Man, Breath of the Wild?
I'm gonna pull your card, man.
You need me to do anything with Breath of the Wild, bitch. If this game is so easy, you can just go straight to fucking Ganon, Calamity Ganon, and fuck his shit up, and they roll the credits. What's up,
nigga? How many people actually ran to the end of the game to do that shit? Nobody could fucking do that.
Within the first 3 days, someone did it.
Oop. Yeah, but you fucking try. Not everybody did that shit, man.
Yeah.
Here, I already got my dossier. So, anyway, what I didn't like about God of War was that they took away most of the gore, and that's what made the game what it was. And there was a whole bunch of excuses. Oh, he's trying to be a good example for his son, and his son wasn't always over there. He could have been like, "Look away, child. We have to do what we must do. What we must do. Now turn your eyes." And he could have just did all his shit. But nope. He was a pussy bitch the whole time, man. Cuck ass.
So you didn't like the voice actor, is what you're saying?
Open your eyes, boy.
No, I actually like the voice actor. I like him better than TK. What's his name? Carlson.
You like him better than Carlton?
No, the living ceiling nigga.
Carson. TK Carson.
TK Carson. I like him better. Yeah. I mean, I like Kyle Barker. I like the new one better than the old one. I couldn't believe
his name is Chris.
I knew that nigga was so sussy, yo. That whole time he was trying to get with Maxine, man. Motherfucker. I guess they gave a gay guy a straight roll.
Maxine was fine though.
She was. I remember the first time he kissed her. Anyway, I digress. So that's why I didn't like. They took away the violence of the game. Barely any fucking blood. And if it was blood, it was spewing lava or whatever blue liquid coming out of these motherfuckers. Whatever it was. I wasn't happy about that shit.
I mean, the first trilogy was about revenge. And this one is about living.
That's cool. In order for him to live, he needs to kill those motherfuckers.
You're a calm person.
No. Just saying. So, I mean, in terms of them being a good game, mechanically is what I'm looking for. Or if they push the envelope in some gameplay mechanically. Ken, what do you think?
You mean just in general?
Mm-hmm. What's one thing that sticks out to you? A game that mechanically sticks out over the rest?
The game that sticks out in my head is Returnal. I mean, Returnal to me is like I've never quite played a game like Returnal, man. You know, like they had a mixture of genres that, I don't know, I guess is not typical. You know what I'm saying? They had fucking bullet hell, third person platforming and third person shooting, as well as Metroidvania style procedurally generated mechanics. It's like, and then the story was non-linear, so you could find different elements of the story randomly as you play the game. And on top of that, they had the whole thing with the DualSense controller, which was cool because you could actually use the controller itself, gameplay wise. You know what I'm saying? Like you could actually play the game without actually ever having to use the UI, because the controller, it gives you feedback in ways that'll let you know, certain shit, like the important shit for the game.
According to Killer Tay, that's an overrated feature.
No, I thought that shit was dope, man. Like when I found out that you could literally detect the proximity of an object in the game based on the vibration of the controller, I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then you could do the fucking like the alt fires and shit like that. You can actually feel it on the controller when it's recharged and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. Like that type of stuff, man. Like I can't think of any other experience quite like Returnal, man. So
what about you?
That's the game that comes to my mind.
What about you?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading the listeners.
What about you, Ed?
I'm gonna have to agree with Ken. Like, I don't know. Like this controller, man. It's like
no. Nope. We will not talk about the controller. Game.
Why not?
Game.
You just asked me.
Mechanically.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Why are we not talking about
hearsay?
That's how I designed it.
What'd you say?
That's how I designed it. So mechanically, gameplay wise, what game is a really good game under Sony's belt that does things either that's brand new or pushes the industry forward?
All right, come back to me. If I can't talk about the damn controller, give me a minute. Let me think about it.
You know what I'm going to say. Actually, Killer Tay, I'll let you go. If you do find a PlayStation game that's as good as an Xbox game to you, what would it be? And mechanically, what would it be doing that makes it good?
That Sony came out with this gen?
It could be last gen too.
Shit, I would have to agree with Ken. Motherfucking Returnal is a great push forward in that genre of fucking roguelike games. From the mechanics to everything that the feedback from the controller and everything. That game was just on point.
Did you beat the game?
I haven't beat it yet. No.
Ain't this a
but
bitch? I bet you he beat Gears of War. He beat that one.
I mean, Gears of War was straightforward. Roguelike games take me a minute, son.
Old ass eyes and shit.
Hey, roguelike games take me a minute.
Dirty ass eyes.
I gotta put on my bifocals and have more than 5 hours.
Dirty ass corneas and shit. Clean them shit.
It's not like Returnal was like a fucking super convoluted game. It was pretty straightforward. You go from one room to the next.
No, he's just so used to playing Fortnite and shit.
Nigga, I don't play that goddamn shit. Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Yes, you do.
Hearsay, Your Honor. Objection.
My game personally that I liked, I feel like it pushed the industry forward.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead and say goddamn Horizon. Forbidden West. That's the only game you've been going to play this gen.
He's going to put 3,000, 4,000 hours in that.
This is probably true. It's probably true.
I don't want to finish it. I mean, I just want to have a reason to come back and play it. It's so good. It just pushes the industry.
Yeah.
You mean like Zelda, you just beat the shit out of retarded enemies? You feel good about yourself after you do that?
Yo, this isn't about Zelda, man.
Enemies be having hobble legs and shit like that. You sit there beating the shit out with magic and ice and magnetic shit. That motherfucker didn't even do anything to you, yo. You feel good about that?
Why are we moving the post here, man? We ain't talking about
I ain't moving the post. I'm just commenting on it. I'm just commenting on the hypocrisy.
Yo, this gen he ain't gonna be able. No, yo, last gen he had 2 games. It was Horizon and motherfucking Killzone. Now this one is gonna be, since they ain't making Killzone no more, it's just gonna be Horizon.
First, you didn't.
You know which 2 games it was? It was Horizon and Horizon DLC.
Actually, I'm going to actually cancel my trip to Texas. From Florida. I'm gonna go straight to North Carolina, and then I'm gonna go straight up your head, man.
Oh man.
You didn't even let me finish. Y'all some bitches, yo, for that shit.
Because we already know the answer. We know the answer.
You really think
just can't handle the truth.
You really think you know the answer?
Yeah, because you finna change it now after we done told the truth.
Yeah, I know, right? It was fucking Bloodborne. It was Bloodborne, man. Bloodborne was such an innovation.
Yeah. No, Demon Souls, man.
First of all, I object. You ain't gonna sit there and make my voice sound like you ain't gonna sit there and make my voice sound like that. That ain't how I sound anyway. You bitch.
Bro, I guarantee you that you're gonna say Horizon and split it up the fucking Bloodborne.
I will never do such a thing. I will never do such a thing.
All right, bro. Okay, which game is it, man?
I'm surprised, Ken.
Yeah, go ahead and lie to us.
I'm surprised you don't know what it is. I am really surprised.
Hey, we are Johnny Depp's attorneys right now, and you are.
Then out of all people, you should really know.
Look, man. If it's not those 2 games, I think it's probably Gravity Rush 2.
Yep.
That's my...
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Mm-hmm. He ain't got no PS Vita no more.
No, I do. I always bring it with me. Every fucking trip I go to. It's always with me.
No, you don't. Show it right now. Show
them receipts.
Exactly.
No, go on YouTube. I'll show you.
Mm-hmm.
Go on YouTube.
That look like a PSP to me.
You're not even looking on YouTube. Shut the fuck up. I can see where the view goes up.
Hold up. I gotta find your channel. YouTube don't fucking give me your fucking no more.
You gotta go directly to the Gamecast, whatever is broadcasting currently. Bitch.
Subscriptions.
I was about to say Demon Souls, and then they started clowning on the game.
Yeah. I'm waiting. That's like a PSP.
That's a Vita.
That's a PSP.
Nigga, it's too. Fuck, you're not even looking at it. First of all, you're not even looking at it. You're not even looking at it.
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
You just turned it towards your face.
So what am I doing now?
Yeah.
What am I doing now? What am I doing now? What action?
Gravity
what action am I doing? What action am I doing now?
You throwing up the Longhorns.
Okay, cool.
You're throwing up the Longhorns.
All right, this is the back. Yep. Fuck out of here. Try to tell me. It's Gravity Rush.
I take it everywhere. That shit look dusty as hell.
It is. Motherfucking no. I take it everywhere when I go on trips. Shut the fuck up, yo. I'm tired of this bitch, yo. Somebody collect this nigga, yo. I'm sick of this dude.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I honestly, I would say Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush is probably it had a lot of issues, but I really love that game. Like, honest to God, like I really do love that game. I was actually still playing it, and then Horizon came out, so I put it on pause. The only reason why I stopped playing the game is because the studio was dissolved. So that was my biggest. That was my biggest problem. So yeah, that was.
Sony dumped them in a tub of acid.
but my second runner-up is definitely Horizon, and I say that is because of the type of they were able to make a very.
See how he did that, Ken?
My second, they were able to make. They were able to make a light RPG. That everything was very quick and easy, and on top of it, it was like ranged attack with third person. I really do like what they did, and I really love what they did with the second one. Ed, yo, what you got? What you got, Ed? That nigga in the kitchen making biscuits, feeding his dog. He has 2 kids on his hip. This nigga juggling,
making a shit ton of cookies.
Got some grits on the side.
Look. His kid's probably stomping on his face.
Ken, you seen how he did that, right? You seen how he did that, right? After we put him on blast, you want to put Horizon second.
It will always, in terms of innovation.
Yo, his answer changed like 3 times, bro.
Yeah, you're like shit.
It will always be Gravity Rush as the most innovative game. That's what. No, yeah. I take that back. I take that back.
If it's Gravity Rush, let's take a look at your YouTube channel, nigga. Let's see.
I know
Horizon.
Well, first of all,
Killzone. Horizon.
All of them shits are deleted. Beats. I thought you said my YouTube channel will be coming up, you little bitch. You're lying ass. No support, yo. No support. I knew you was a nigga.
Nigga, I do support. Nigga, I'm probably the only motherfucker that's liking your video.
Nope, nah, you ain't the only one. No. No support. I can see. I'll never get up to I'll never get up to Kevin Samuels level.
I like
with
your
niggas
video.
like you.
I watch your video.
It's okay.
I like them.
It's okay.
Most of the time, you do them when I'm on the road, and I like the video, so I can't fucking text to your ass.
It's okay.
I damn sure be texting to your goddamn.
What about this? I was like, yo, I'm down in Florida, yo. How about a couple beers, yo? You was like, yo, sure, I get to Florida. Nah, nigga. I don't know you, bitch.
Nigga, the white, you could have came over. You would have caught fucking COVID too, man.
No, I'm immune to it. All she had was a little diarrhea.
You would have lost a little bit of that water weight. That's what's up.
Yeah, she be real nice, right and tight. You know, had the abs. She could have.
You could have came.
You was like,
I can still send you the address.
Everybody had it except me. Yo. So this is what happened.
Everybody in the house had it except me.
Oh yeah, 7 Days to Die. That was my shit. I like that game. 7 Days to Die was my shit, yo. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, he only got one YouTube video of that shit. I'm looking at it now.
I had a different YouTube channel, actually. That YouTube channel grew crazy.
I come in on this one.
That shit grew crazy, and then I deleted it, man. That shit was people were trying to commit suicide and contacted me on fucking PSN. Your friend was mean to me. I'm gonna kill myself. I was like, how old are you, nigga? He was like, I'm 29. With a 2-year-old. It's your fault. Motherfucker was straight acting like Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4 and shit like that.
Oh my god!
It's like, yo, that shit was nonsense, pure nonsense. Either way, I think that the games are good. I think that they're really, really good mechanically, if not simplistic. I think PS2 really wasn't the age of PlayStation platforms or PlayStation games. That's what I will say, right?
Why you say that?
Because there was Gran Turismo, there was Naughty Dog and their Jack and Daxter games, and then it was Gran Turismo, and then it was Japan Studios. They were the only 3 people kind of holding up the whole PlayStation in terms of exclusives. So I really can't, even though Shadow of the Colossus is probably one of the best fucking games out there, even though
played it when it first came out.
I played that game to death, man. I'll still play that shit. Act like I won't play that shit as soon as I end this bitch. But when it comes to that, was to me, Shadow of the Colossus, they always have like a simplistic entry point for their games. So if you look at Shadow of the Colossus, it was a very simple premise, and it was very fucking cinematic too. You know what I'm saying, in terms of what they were trying to do with it. So they always had that
game with no voice acting.
Bitch.
It was a real good game.
Yeah,
there was no voice acting in that game.
Yes, it was. They made a whole different fucking language. What are you talking about?
It was nah, bro. It was actually fucking dude. It was literally fucking backwards Japanese, man. That's what they did.
Them motherfuckers, yo. I can't believe it. The fucking
See that one? It's that I thought.
Yo, the fucking doorman guy, he was like, "You wait for these out." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I remember that shit." Jackie Chan. No, but
this motherfucker.
But when it came to PlayStation 3 is when they started really kind of pumping out games that has some sort of complexity to them. Some of them had a lot of complexity, which I believe Little Big Planet was one of them. Thank you so much for that, Rewap. Uncharted they kept it simple for that one, and so was the Last of Us was still kind of a simplistic gameplay.
Why you gotta show them a goat like that, man?
Even Killzone was a very simple game. It was very organized and compartmentalized, and didn't have any overlapping. It's either this or that. Motorstorm was complicated. I mean, they kind of gave you an idea of. Well, actually, no, that was still simplistic. So, I would say, like I said, they are simplistic in nature. But you can get down and dirty when you start learning the different mechanics. But they tend to kind of tell you too much. And I think that's what PlayStation games really need. Even the Getaway for PS2, I forgot about them. No health bars, nothing on the screen. Nothing on the screen. And the way that you heal, there was no inventory in that game. No inventory. You had to remember how many bullets you had and shit like that. So like they try to keep things simple, so you can jump into there, whatever the case is, and then make it complex. It was really the PS5 generation that made things more complicated than what they were, for sure. That's what really did it. Horizon 2 it's complicated. I still don't have a grasp of how they want things done. It's not hard, but it's more complicated than what they've ever done, really. Spider-Man is a simpler game, but then when they introduced Miles Morales, they had all these like skill trees and shit like that. Gran Turismo is always going to be the most complicated game they've ever made, because of all the stuff that you can do with the cars, and their menu systems are convoluted as fuck. Let's keep it a fucking buck on that one. So you got that. Like I said, I personally think, looking at all the games, I think that they are very good games. They need to keep the whole easy to get into, but don't tell you how to play the fucking game. Returnal was really nice about not telling you everything about the game. Like when you picked up a gun, you would kind of have to. There were some things you just didn't. You would read it, but they were kind of Dark Souls like convolutedness. You know what I'm saying?
That's all roguelike games, though.
Yeah, but they need to kind of stick on. They don't tell you everything. You got to kind of figure things out. Like the tutorials need to be kind of generic, I would say, and then allow people to kind of play around and figure things out by themselves. Days Gone was pretty cool. It was a very solid game. They have like really good ideas, but I think it's the easy to get into type things that's probably hurting them a little bit. I think Ghost. What you gotta say about Ghost? Like these games are really nice. Looking at it, these are some awesome fucking games. Ghost of Tsushima, to me,
Ghost of Tsushima was fucking excellent.
I would say that was way better than God of War, mechanically.
I would say that game was way better than the fucking Last of Us 2.
In my opinion, man, I think Ghost of Tsushima was a better game than The Last of Us, man. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'm sorry, I was reading something. Yeah, when you look at the games that they did have to offer, it was like mechanically, you couldn't get any tighter than that, really. Yeah. You know what I mean? God of War was kind of sloppy with its menu systems and shit like that, but the storyline kind of, for that generation, yeah, the storyline was a little bit, was what carried that game. Gravity Rush, again, had a fucked up camera. I wish they would have pulled somebody from the West to kind of like fix that shit up. If you look at if you look at Killzone, that was an unbalanced mess. You had to be a fan to like that game. And I'm saying that shit. Every time I would stream Killzone, I would make that shit look nice. Everybody's like, damn, I need to get that game. I was like, do not get that game. Don't get that game. But it looks good. No, it doesn't. You would be sorely disappointed if you were to purchase that game. You wouldn't like it. It's an acquired taste. If I gave you some pizza with some fucking anchovies, you would look at me crazy. Or with pineapples on it. It's only for them fuck niggas that fucks with that shit. But yeah, I mean, now that before we go on to the next topic, there's a reason why I put this topic first, because it's going to go directly into being a gamer. What do you guys think about what I said about these PlayStation games? I mean, mechanically to me, they are super solid. I think that they're worth it because one, the graphics are really fucking nice, and I think that the gameplay is typically so tight that a lot of the other games kind of fuck up on that. Too much shit going on. But what do you guys think?
Personally, man, I think a lot of them, you know, like Ghost of Tsushima or even Horizon, especially the first one. I think a lot of them kind of have this, you know, easy to get into, kind of hard to master kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I think a lot of them bridges this gap between, you know, the game being simplistic in nature but having, you know, complex layers. You know what I'm saying? So I think it makes it more accessible for more people to play it, you know, instead of it just being like a fucking grueling ass experience, like, you know, like Demon Souls or some shit, you know, like you can actually have someone come in and play the game and enjoy it for what it is. And then for people who actually want to learn the fucking mechanics like deeply, they could do that. Like Ghost of Tsushima, like you saw people do some crazy fucking shit in that game, you know?
Where is that a pretty game, man? That is a fucking pretty game. It's pretty in its execution. It's pretty graphically, man. That's a pretty fucking game, man. I mean, like everyone's going to mention Spider-Man, right? Which I had in there. Oh, Spider-Man is so good, so good. But if you really take the production values away from it, that includes the graphics, it's not too much different from the PS2 ones. If anything, it's more simplistic than its PS2 ones. You know what I mean? So it's like they would need to do other things personally to make that, you know, to make me feel like it's up there. What you say?
What, like delivering pizzas? It'll add to the experience. I mean, you know.
I'm trying to think what would make a Spider-Man game, what would elevate a Spider-Man game? You know what I would think? It could have...
If you played as Venom.
But that's still going to just be relegated to... What is that one game that competed with Infamous? Prototype.
You're the Prototype?
Yeah, I would think...
you know what I think? I think that they should really lean into the momentum-based swinging. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of there in the but it doesn't work in every situation. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like when you try to swing and you get close to the ground and shit, like you could see that the game is still kind of like holding the character. You know what I mean? As opposed to like if it was like a real like momentum based physics system and you go too low to the ground, that motherfucker would hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? I think they should really like lean into that. You know.
I agree with you, and I think we're gonna get that web zipping, which we did not get in this one. Sorry, not to cut you off, Jay.
I think they need to do more than just fine tune their game. That's too much of a cop out to me personally. To just be like, oh, just work better on it. You need day and night cycles, and different things need to happen. I would say, honestly, if you really want to know what I would think, I would say during the day he should be Peter Parker and doing these particular things like riding bikes or whatever it is that he can't do it, and maybe have like these crime things, and he has to go in the alleyway and change his shit, and then you know what I mean before the time runs out or whatever the case is. But I feel like different times of day needs to warrant different things. It's like when you look at the movies or even a cartoon. I don't know. Like it's kind of hard to make that shit, but it needs to be more complex for sure. It needs to be more complex. That's how I feel.
You mean like a more systematic game? You know, like where people are kind of like living their lives,
like a living, breathing city, and maybe just have like it has like
it has a Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it has like a loose story, right? But then like let's just say like there are certain points where let's say Rhino breaks out of fucking prison randomly, like it's a randomly generated situation. You know what I mean? And like I will say, each enemy will have their own like little quest and you know what I mean, and stuff like that tied, instead of it being so linear with this happens, this beat happens, this beat happens, this beat happens to the end of the game. I feel like if you have Rhino, Vulture, the Venom, they should have their own, you know what I mean, their own storyline, like the old Grand Theft Autos. Okay, so let's take away Spider-Man's. I can't see what he was saying. The Verso was good, but some of the activities were cool. Niche callbacks, but the science stuff was a little shit. Like the stupid puzzles they did there for the science thing, I wasn't feeling that shit at all. Like, why?
I mean, they gave you the option to skip it anyway. So.
It doesn't matter. You shouldn't have to have. It shouldn't be so irritating that you need to skip it. You know what I mean? It wasn't that.
They were easy to me.
It's not about easy. It slowed the pace up. You know what I'm saying? Like what they did was.
I mean that's basically what I mean. He was like a mini scientist. He was trying to become a scientist. He was smart, so that would
they could have found
right, and it's showing the connection. Sorry, and it's showing the connection between Peter and Dr. Octavius, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what really boiled down to having those mini games in there.
It's just
showing the connection, because every time you completed one, you know.
I get it, but he could have had like a fucking fighting situation. Oh, I didn't even know. Okay, so two people.
Look. I would take those over doing the MJ missions, to be truth be told.
You know what, man? People were shitting on MJ's missions, man. I actually thought they were pretty cool. You know,
dudes act like somebody made them like watch gay porn or something, bro. Like these dudes literally lose their minds over that MJ mission. I'm like, bro, it's nothing wrong with the mission.
Yeah, like when they did the part where I think it was like one of the second or third missions where you had to command Spider-Man when he was on the ceiling and shit like that.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking cool, man. You know, you had to sneak around the fucking museum and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I think her parts of the game didn't get enough credit, man.
Like for me,
her parts was great to me.
Miles Morales is like everything people wanted, right? They took out all the extra, like really, loot shit. We go around and find backpacks and shit. They took out. There was no MJ missions. It was mostly just action, and I still like the first game better. I think all that extra shit just leads into the lore and world building, and people just want to run around and punch people. But like I popped in Spider-Man twice, and just swinging around punching people gets boring. Trust me. Like they need to have more non-combat activities. Yeah, like John said, like do some shit during the daytime, but he's Peter Parker or some shit, and then like I said before, I think that you should be able to fail missions, and the more missions you fail, the more overrun the city gets with like fucking bad guys or something, or more destruction or something, and the people start to like call Spider-Man a menace. They start to join, Jonas's side, and they're like, yeah, you're not doing anything, you're letting everything get fucked up. You know what I mean? Something that has some consequences. Like even if when you fall from the tallest building, he just stops on the ground. You know what I mean? He doesn't even fucking get hurt or anything. It's like,
but I will say this too, Rewop. I don't care that you cuss in the chat, but that it's being blocked by YouTube. So I'm trying to read what you're saying, and I can't see it. So just don't put any things to trigger it. I don't really give a fuck about it. I just can't see what you're saying. But or you know what else too? Along with what Jeremiah said too, what would be really cool would be how can I put it? More engaging superhero antics. Let's say that you had to rescue a person, like scoop her up using your web slinging, and a guy was the fucking enemy was actively trying to attack you. You know what I'm saying? And he'll hit you, and then you had to catch her in midair. You know what I'm saying? Like make it more engaging in that particular way and stuff like that. Like instead of just punch, follow, punch. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. They don't overstay their welcome. But when you play the game, it's like I kind of want more. You know what I mean? That's what I would say.
No, I agree with you. On that. I like to see more instead of in a cinematic cutscene, I would like to see more destructible environments where you're like, let's say you get thrown through a building, right? That you're actually traversing like through that. You know, Spider-Man's agile, so you should be able to kick off or push off. You know what I'm saying, or do something like that. I will also say in the implementation of like day and night, if they somehow incorporate the symbiote suit, right, which would play in. I'm not going to go too far, but I think in elements too, like a kind of an infamous base type thing, whoever gets that, whether it be Miles or Peter, or even if you're our Venom, right? The reaction of playing like a heel over the things that you do, whether it be like Venom, like he eats people, right? So let's say you decide to do that and you get taken over by the symbiote suit. I don't think it should always be hero, hero, hero. So they could definitely play off of that, I think, on the in the next one.
They may do it. And they also had like the whole photography thing too. Like, you know, I don't know. Like they it's very generic shit. Like they just focused, and this is like a Sony problem, I would say. They focus so much on like either like the combat mechanics and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? It was until like I seen Ghost of Tsushima, like the DLC, where they start doing better extracurricular activities. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Horizon, where you have like, you know, you have horseback racing and shit like that. You know, instead of just worried about, you know, just combat. You know what I mean? You got to have negative space in your games. You know what I mean? At some point. Champ show was good, man.
Was good.
Good. Omi, what you gotta say about that?
Hey man, I had to press the request button when you came after my kill zone, man. Yo, you tripping, man. That's my heart, man. That's my baby, man. I love that game, bro. You tripping, man.
You do realize that Killzone is like one of, like, if I could have it my way, I would want a Killzone over Horizon. That's saying a fuck
man.
Lot. Nah, I know you lying.
Bro, Shadowfall wasn't that good. All right, I can admit that. But I did like Killzone 2 and a little bit Killzone 3, a little bit, but Killzone 2 was where it's at.
No, Killzone is like literally my PS3's favorite. That's my favorite IP. Absolutely. Word. Yeah. I say that because I know the criticisms of the game, you know, and I know what people are going to say.
All right.
Yeah, I like that Killzone 2 and 3 better than Shadowzone.
Shadowzone.
Shadowfall.
Yeah. Damn, disrespectful ass bitch. Yeah. Real disrespectful.
I mean, it was pretty, but
yeah.
Like, I like my Horizon and shit like that, but I'm actually a fan of like stuff that's grounded in reality. To be honest, more grounded than normal. But yeah, go on. What you got to say about this whole topic and everything before we move on to the next?
I don't even much, bro. I don't know. I'm splitting my attention between this Warriors game that's about to come on. But anyways, I was about to say, this is random. When Horizon first came out, okay, and you see, all right, so we played Shadowfall, boom. And then Horizon they show the trailer of Horizon. You see the little robots and all of that. Bro, I thought Horizon and Killzone Shadowfall was in the same universe. Is it or is it not? Like, I don't know. No, but it looked so similar. It may just because it's just the same people creating it. No, but I was like,
they're not the same universe.
What? Is there some like parallel? Okay, fuck it. Never mind.
They're not the same universe. Okay, so if you were a big Killzone fan, you would already know this thing. World War III happened in the universe of Killzone, which they had to like actually, you know, the Earth was so fucked up, but the technology was pretty far along that they actually they actually found another solar system around another star, and that's how they tried. You know, the first people that found this solar system was the founder of this group of technology, which was his name was like something Hellgas or whatever the case is.
Yeah, Hellgas.
That was the name of the guy himself, or whatever the case is. So they had two planets, basically. One planet looked like Earth, and the other planet was, you couldn't really live on it like that, but it had a lot of things that you can mine off of, you know, which was the petrocite that was in the game. The other people didn't like it, And so they started war because all they were doing is trying to, build the planet up and stuff like that. And they took the 2 planets from the Helghast group. And the Helghast group was pissed the fuck off, right? Because they both lived on Vector. And they started doing like weird shit, like, like terrorist attacks or whatever the case is. So once again, the ISA actually overrun them and then kicked them off the fucking planet. They were like, yo, you can be on this raggedy ass planet. And they stood out of pride on Helghast. They ended up getting mutated, becoming, they started dying, but eventually they started to evolve. They had to be more hardy. So they became bigger. They did lose their hair. They did lose their pigmentation and shit like that. And basically they created another race. After that point, they focused so directly on military, and they had the money too, because, they had a lot of the renewable resource petrocite. From that point on, they decided to do what happened in Killzone 1. They tried to take Vector back. Killzone 2 happened where the ISA actually went directly to them and then blew up their planet, and then Killzone 3 happened. From that point on, they felt bad about what happened with Killzone 3, and then they allowed the Helghast. They split the planet in half by that big ass fucking wall. So it's trying to mirror what happened in Berlin and shit like that, but that's what they were trying to do. The storyline for Horizon was completely different. They focused on AI, and with the whole AI thing or whatever the case is, they
stop spoiling it.
It's not a fucking spoiler. Your ass up.
Yeah, if you ain't beat the first one by now, then you just assed out.
The fucking
I did not.
What they ended up doing with Horizon, whatever, they did their own war thing, right? But then it wasn't World War III, but they did, out of self-indulgence, destroy the fucking atmosphere, which they were on a time clock to fix that bitch. They created AI to speed up the process of fixing the atmosphere. At that point in time,
Terminator.
At that point in time, they ended up relying a lot on AI and computer systems, and that was fine and everything like that. But they got lazy. They got real lazy with shit or whatever the case is, and bored. So people were doing weird ass shit as well out of boredom, like terrorist attacks or whatever the case is. They thought the first time when they lost 1 billion people on Earth due to the climate change, that was a sign from God or whatever the case is. So it was like a lot of zealots, and they had to do war, which they actually had to fucking, bring people out there. So they got tired of, they lost 1 billion people on Earth. So they was like, fuck it. You know what I'm going to do? Instead of humans actually fighting the war, let's just do machines. And whoever has the most machines basically take the land. So that's what ended up happening with the storyline. So they don't function the same way. They're not the same.
Bam. There you have it.
That's a rudimentary way of explaining what was going on. But yeah, that's
Space Nazis. And then you got Space Nazis in one, and then you got fucking Terminators in the other. That's basically what you got.
So
Space Nazis and Terminators.
The thing about Horizon is that it was always meant to be his trilogy, so it's kind of weird. We don't know all the story. I won't spoil that one.
Bro, because I cannot wait for part 3. I hope we're not waiting too long, but man, let me tell you.
Oh, we're waiting a long time for that.
If anything,
well, it'll still be a PS5 game because this gen is going to be fucking long as fuck.
It'll probably be like in the next 3 years. Honestly.
What's that VR one that's coming out? Is just, what is that? Nothing?
The VR one is basically just an expansion of the universe. That really has nothing to do with it. It's just not focused on Aloy. But people think that what they said in Horizon, what they said in Horizon Zero Dawn, they said when they made these like machines that fight human wars, the machines glitched out and started fucking, because they made machines that can repair itself and that can use fucking essentially organic material to like convert to energy, and it glitched out where the only thing that was trying to do is basically reproduce, or not reproduce, but like make more machines. That was the glitch,
right?
But since it needed energy to make more machines, it had to convert all this biofuel to make more machines. And that's what ended up dooming the fucking universe, or dooming the Earth. Now, when he spoke to the scientist that has something to do with it, she says, if you don't fund this project of Zero Dawn, I'm going to tell everybody what really happened. And she never specified, even in this game, we don't know what really happened to cause that to happen.
Damn.
So I'm not sure.
With the cuckold, crazy.
What'd you say?
I said that's crazy. Shit.
Yeah, so she was on some, she was like, cause I guess she was like, I'm going to tell everybody the real reason for the glitch. And that's when he funded the plan to basically put everybody underground till the machines ate everything and stopped working, and then they can just rebuild everything. So there's a lot of little mysteries in there too, but like they kind of didn't really go ham on the mysteries in this and Forbidden West. But going on to the last topic here, a real gamer, and basically what I wanted to kind of talk about in terms of being a real gamer is I'm seeing a lot of people be on social media more than actually playing games. That shit's fucking bonkers to me.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll put it to you like Killer Tay, he's a complete bot. Right? We already understand that. But the thing is,
objection, Your Honor. Leading the listeners.
You don't see him on Twitter. You'll see like him streaming or something, some kind of trophy alert system. That he's always playing a fucking game, regardless of what it may be. That's something that he's always fucking playing. You know what I mean? I go in there when I'm not playing the game, or I don't have enough time to dedicate a couple of hours in gaming, or if I'm working, you know what I'm saying? Is I have a job where I do customer service. I'm on social media, but there's people, and look, do what you do, but making spaces for like 7, 8, 9 hours, and then talk about gaming. I'm trying to figure out, when are you gaming? Not that it's any of my business, but I'm like, if you're so passionate about gaming, what's your favorite game? And what's your hours in it? You know what I'm saying? I see more people complaining about, I noted this shit. More people complaining about the price of games, worry about NFTs, microtransactions, more so than they're actually playing. This really goes out to the fucking the journalists. It's like and then they're clamoring for easy games. That's what they're doing, which is kind of funny to me. It's like, you want the game to basically play itself. Like, what are you doing exactly? Cam, what you gotta say about that shit?
People playing Twitter too much.
Either they're playing Twitter too much, or they just not really playing games.
I mean, fucking numbers don't lie, man. I mean, we've had people like Thrash come in and fucking show a lot of these motherfuckers don't even play their fucking games, man. They talk all that shit, man, about how great these games are, but they got like 10 minutes in them. You know what I'm saying? They booted that shit up and turned that shit motherfucking right back off. Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good. It's the best game ever.
And then, like, Red Dead Redemption, there was a lot of fucking people that played Red Dead Redemption, right? And then you waited for like 4 or 5 months later, and then they said something about Red Dead Redemption that they found in there that was interesting, right? These same motherfuckers, I haven't finished that game. I gotta get back into it. So what the fuck were you doing prior to? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So if you weren't playing it, it's like, I don't get it. What about you, Kiltay? You notice this shit? I don't know if you be on Twitter like that. Yeah. Like, and don't get it fucked up, yo. It's these PlayStation fanboys too. It's mostly Xbox, but PlayStation fanboys,
Nah, this is about even router.
Relax. But what you know?
Even router spectrum.
Nah, don't try to do that. It ain't even.
It's about even router spectrum.
No, it's not. If that was the case, that developer that said we ain't gonna make no more fucking Xbox games, y'all would have supported that shit. It would have done just fucking fine on the PlayStation because we buy our games. That's one thing you can say. But go on, please.
Killer Tay, what about the high percentages of platinums versus low percentages of people actually finishing their fucking games on Xbox? I guess it's the same though, right?
What about I mean, what does that have?
How come you can't answer a question, man? Come on, man.
Look, what you asking me 6 different questions at once.
He asked you one. He asked you one question.
What about you asked me one? Then he interrupted my answer, and then you interrupted my answer.
I had to interrupt because
with another question. So now you even interrupting me now while I'm explaining with another damn question.
You were about to ask him a question within the question, so you were veering off. I was just trying to correct it before it goes too far off. That's all I was doing. But continue, Tay. No. Go on.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Like I was saying, it's about even ride the spectrum. Just because a motherfucker ain't fucking looking at they motherfucking trophies, don't mean that they are actually beating fucking games. Most of these motherfuckers are on Twitter all day, every day. Most of these same motherfuckers. Most of them same motherfuckers are in motherfucking Discords doing the same shit, Twitter fingering it on Discord.
Tay, you literally have more people getting the platinum for these games. Literally meaning you have to finish the game. You have to put a shit ton of hours into the game to get the platinum. More people getting the platinum than motherfuckers actually completing the game on Xbox. What did the late Kevin say? That is not the same.
What did Kevin Sagan say? Shame's guilt and need to be right.
Who has the most fan base?
More questions.
Who has a bigger fan base?
Who has
a bigger fan base?
Xbox, because they use PC. They Xbox because they do PC.
No, nah, I ain't trying. Look, now you deflecting. Now you deflecting.
I'm not deflecting.
Because some of you, because most of the motherfucking PlayStation niggas got PCs too.
Not really.
Oh yeah. So don't.
If that was the case, why are they so upset for PlayStation games going on?
Because them the same motherfuckers that's be like, oh, well, I don't even need a Xbox. I can just play it on PC.
See, but you can't. But you can't.
The same motherfucker that said that shit too.
But you can't. You can't answer the question though. That's the thing. That's the funny thing is, you are. No. It's what about isms with you? You're not answering the question. Somebody asked you a question and you went to another question, which is why I was trying to cut your ass off. So that being said,
oh my God. So now I'm gonna have to start cutting you off every time you ask me a question to my questions.
All right. You can't ever talk to me.
Now. Go.
You can't ever talk to me.
Go. What's your dress size? Dress size.
Oh man, I missed that nigga.
What do you rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 10? You can't use 7.
You can't even talk to me. You can't even talk to me. That's terrible. So what's up with Xbox not buying their games?
Hold up. What was the original question? Because now this is a different question.
Kim, what was the original question again? What would you ask him?
You see, you don't ask so many goddamn questions. You don't even know the original question.
I asked so many questions, but Ken asked you one.
No.
So what was the question again?
Before Ken asked me that question?
I wasn't asking you a question. That's the thing.
You asked the question first.
Nope. We were saying that people were playing Twitter too much, and then you said it's about the same, which I said to that. What is, like, how do you explain people getting percentage-wise more platinums than people actually completing the games on Xbox?
Look, it's a lot of people that 100% a game on Xbox that are completing more games than people that are not getting platinums. So that question.
Nigga, you could literally see how many people completed the game, but the percentage of people who completed the fucking game. You get a trophy for completing the game.
You can see the percentage.
And more people are getting platinums than people are completing the games.
You can see that on Xbox too.
I know, and what we see is that there's more people that are getting platinums.
Okay, but that just means
what they're saying is there's more people on PlayStation.
I understand what he's saying, but
your answer is weird.
No. But what I'm saying is y'all deflecting from the original question. Why are people Twitter fingering?
But you still haven't answered the question.
Your Honor, irrelevant.
Somebody's excellent.
But the original question was why people Twitter fingering.
No,
and I
that
said
wasn't the question.
No, yes, it was. That's the original question. This is how y'all know. This is how y'all deflect all the time. Because I'll say something to answer the original question, and then somebody will come out, or you'll come out mostly, and deflect it from what I'm saying to make it sound like it's trash.
To make it sound like it's trash.
Honor.
The original question. I made a statement while I was answering the original question, and Ken was like, "Huh? Yeah, somebody. It shouldn't. It can't
I
be
think
me.
it's. I think it's. Hey, yo, it is bust up shit. Is that you?
What happened? Josh made a statement about people playing Twitter too much.
Yeah,
and then the question was,
the answer.
You can't even let him finish.
And I said, "Look, yeah, I know. You made the original statement about why people are on Twitter so much. That was the original question.
That was my question,
right? Okay, so when I made my statement, and I was like, it's about the same across the board.
And that's when I jumped in with your fuck
he
shit.
jumped in with a sidebar while I was in the middle of me answering the question. And then now you, at the end of all that, after we done got that part out of the way, you came in was, why aren't people buying Xbox games? What did that have to do with the original question?
Because mostly people that have. Can I finish?
I rest my case, Your Honor.
It's happening with a lot of Xbox where they're not playing any games. They're on Twitter more
real
often.
Quick. This nigga did all that just not to answer the question, nigga. like, he did all that running around, all that bullshit.
I'm just showing. Look. It's still the same fact, though, that we all deflected from the original question.
No, you still didn't answer the question.
Why are you deflected from the original question, though?
So what's the answer to the question? Why are there more platinums?
That's not the original question.
Okay, so now here's the new question. So let me answer
the fucking question.
Okay.
Now the new question.
What's the new question?
Why are there more completions and purchases on PlayStation than there are on Xbox?
Is this the original question that
it doesn't matter? No, it doesn't matter what the original question is. That is the question I'm asking right now.
Are you going to allow me to answer the question?
We allowed you already to answer the other question.
Are you going to allow me?
We're going to allow me
to answer this question.
Please proceed.
Without interrupting me with another question.
Please proceed.
Okay. Because there are more people on PlayStation right now than there are on Xbox.
It's a percentage, bro.
Do you know how? Do you know how many?
Okay.
More?
When you have a more percentage of players on one system over the other, right? 1% don't play as many games. 1% do play as many games.
So say you have 100
Hold on. Let me finish. Y'all say y'all was gonna let me finish. Y'all say y'all was gonna let me finish.
I said I was gonna let you finish. Can't speak for them.
When the majority of gamers on one system are trophy hunters over the other, then you would have a higher percentage of people that are,
Are you finished with your bullshit answer? Listen, bro. If there's 10 people on Xbox and 1,000 people on PS5, that means it's easier for Xbox to beat them. Only 3 people beat on Xbox. That's 30%. It would take like 300 people or 300 people to beat it on PS5 for it to be equal percentage. So Xbox has the advantage.
But you're basing it off the platinum trophies altogether. That don't mean that they didn't beat the game because they didn't 100% the game.
No, I'm saying there are more people with platinums than there are people who actually beat the game. That's the whole thing.
Look, Tay, I brought up the platinum because it's clear that you have to put a shit ton of hours into the game to get the fucking platinum. People are not.
But you don't have to put a shit ton of hours in to beat a game, though.
That's what I'm saying. People are not even finishing the games, let alone get the platinum. There are more people who are getting platinums who are actually completing the games and going for the platinum than people who are actually completing the game on Xbox. They're not finishing the games. The numbers are there.
What games? What games would there be?
This nigga, bro. We already been through this shit so many times. They're not check the whole video of that shit. Come on, bro. Stop it.
But I mean, I don't give a fuck about what everybody else do with their games. I mean,
but that's not the question, though. That's not the question, though. We're not talking about what
so
you.
I shouldn't have to answer for
who gives a fuck what you think? We're not talking about you.
Well, why are you asking me the question then, motherfucker? Of course you give me. Of course you care about what I think.
You the only Xbox in here, so you gotta speak for
I'm not a bot. I'm a gamer, motherfucker.
No, you are a hardcore bot. You are.
Your honor.
He is a high, bro. He is a high.
He's breaking as if he did some wrong.
He is a high functioning listeners right now.
He is a high functioning. He's a high functioning bot.
They call this nigga Tay Smooth.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. Leading the listeners. God damn it.
Look. He is a high functioning bot.
Shut your goddamn ass up.
That's what he is. The rest of the bots have delayed synopsis responses.
Explain to me a definition of a bot.
You.
No.
God,
no, motherfucker. I said the definition. Don't describe somebody.
I would say the definition of a bot to me is a motherfucker who just blindly follows Xbox, doesn't challenge them in any way, and accepts everything and promotes them to no nth degree.
Okay, then that's not me.
That is all the way you.
That is not me, nigga. When have I been on Twitter or any of these motherfucking podcasts promoting motherfucking Xbox?
But if anybody says anything bad about Xbox, you always there, nigga. You show up like Batman and shit, nigga. Like
what?
Every time you on fucking a Roundtable podcast, here you go. Looking pitiful.
I'm there purely for being the troll of the motherfucking Roundtable. Stop it.
You be hurt. You be hurt, nigga.
No, I don't.
You be hurt.
Y'all be hurt. Because I be getting y'all goddamn ass.
Nigga like, Phil Spencer is the greatest man alive.
He took 15 minutes. He took 15 minutes to have the wrong math. The wrong fucking math.
Look, your goddamn math.
You said they play. It's more people over there. If it's more people
over there,
that's right. So it's easier to hit a higher percentage on Xbox because you don't have to go through all the people.
Because you got more trophy hunters over there.
You have the reverse argument. Like,
you got more trophy hunters over there.
What you doing?
That means more gamers, though. What?
All I see is PlayStation niggas on the motherfucking Twitter.
That's all you want to see is PlayStation niggas.
No, I mean, that's all I follow.
Okay, I have a statement. If we live in like this era where everything is like stream oriented, there's a lot of streamers and such. They're more like gamers, if you will, who are more observing games as if it's a television series or a sports game. Like, so people really just care about like the statistics of your favorite NBA player. They care about the statistics of your favorite gaming console in almost the same light. It's just, of course, there's a difference because gaming is also like interactive media more so than like maybe a TV show or a sports game. But like, it's almost the same kind of like, to me, that's why I think there's more of a shift like in this generation, especially with social media, streaming and all of that. Like people just plop down in front of their smart TV and can go watch their favorite YouTuber stream whatever their favorite game is and such. And if their favorite YouTuber says Xbox has this many teraflops, then they'll go on Twitter and say the same thing. I mean, to me, it makes sense. I don't necessarily say that they're a real gamer or whatever you want to say on that, but it makes sense why there's such a, I guess, argumentative or kind of like bot-ish space on Twitter. I mean, I don't know. That's just me.
And I'm just trying to figure out why. It's just a general. Let's not make it personal, right? Let's not make it personal. Let's leave it as a blanketed statement.
This nigga's finna make it personal. He's finna make it personal.
It's only personal.
Anytime somebody say let's not make it personal, it's about to be personal. Go ahead.
Nah. So, what is up with gamers in general? Like journalists and all across the board, wanting games on easy mode, wanting games that have story modes. They're not even like, they don't even, it's like they want the game to play itself. You know what I'm saying? If you have a difficult game, you got Returnal, right? People were pissed off about that shit. Yeah, Seafood. People were pissed off about that.
Damn.
But the curious thing is nobody was really pissed off with Elden Ring, and I'm trying to figure out what's the reason for that. Is it because they could just look up a tutorial online? Like, I don't understand it. Is it easier than the other Souls games?
That's what I've heard. I haven't played it. That's what I heard. I heard it was easier. Like with the summons and all of that is what I saw. Like summons and stuff make it easier, and
the summons,
the mage class or something like that. Yeah.
But shit, even with the summons and stuff, it's still hard as shit for some of these motherfuckers.
I just am not a fan. I think I told you that before. I am not a fan of Souls games. Like when I was dying tremendously in freaking Bloodborne, I was like, God damn, bro! Like I wasn't having fun, dog. I was like, fuck this. Turned on Call of Duty. I was like, I'm just go ahead and get my kills. I was like, what? Bro, but I can admit it though. When Fortnite first came out, I played it. I admit that shit. Like I played easy ass games. Like I did. When I turned it up on Horizon, fucking the highest difficulty, I was dying in a blink of an eye. I turned that shit right back down. Like I go with medium though. I go with medium, just like my sauces. I don't go for no light. I can't go for extra hot. No, I gotta go medium, bro. Like mild. Period. That'll allow me not to be frustrated throughout the day. Like I'm not trying to like solve a Rubik's Cube here. I'm just trying to enjoy my little time off from work and from school, and just chill. Like another game was Portal. Portal was fun as hell though. It kind of got hard.
Portal was fine. Portal was
a little further down. I want another Portal. Damn, I want a Portal 3. Damn, man, that was fun as hell.
Steam, Valve ain't gonna make part 3 or nothing.
Man, I want a Portal 3.
They stop at 2 and that's it. Leave you on the cliff.
Yo, by the way, I just got somebody. What's his name? His name is Gandalf.
There you go.
I had to eject him out of the fucking space. Nope. I don't even want you be in there. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what he does. I don't want him to be in there. I seen all the fucking hot takes he did. Anybody trying to fuck with that stupid ass?
That wasn't actually him, right?
Huh?
That wasn't actually him. Somebody else modeled the profile after him.
Do you know who he is?
Model your profile out there, fuck nigga though. You think he's gone too? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I saw him jump in and I immediately checked his profile, man. It's not the real person, man.
Like, yo,
what's
I'm
on
not
the profile?
Hitler. I'm just dressed like Hitler. Like, okay, get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean?
What's the profile? What was his profile about?
I think his @ was Gandalf.
No, I know. Gay man, I know. But what was his profile?
It was _ men.
What the? What?
That was that. It was Gandalf _ gay men.
Oh, hey yo, bro! You know I'm the man with a million questions, dog. What the hell is this Pragmata game? What is that? I just saw it. Like I ain't never even. It's a year old. I'm late as shit, but what is up with that game? If anybody knows or even wants to talk about that. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Motherfuckers in a spacesuit, and then there's a cat, and there's a little girl.
That's literally it. There's nothing else.
Nobody fucking knows.
We don't know shit.
The little girl looks like she's AI, like she's a robot.
Yo, niggas know more about Starfield than Pragmata, nigga. That's how bad it is. Like, nobody
God damn. Because I just saw it. Like I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? I ain't never seen this game. It's just one trailer with like 3 million views. I'm like, come on, what the fuck? Give me some more information.
Bro, that shit look like ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do with that game. It's like they want to be Death Stranding, but like
I was about
edgier.
to say.
I saw there was one trailer before the PS5 came out, and then I don't know what it's supposed to mean.
Bro, that's crazy.
They literally dropped 2 trailers. They showed one that was the one that you've seen, Champ, and then the most recent one was basically the little girl holding up a sign that said 2022 crossed off and then 2023. So we're not going to hear anything about it.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. There
so
you
we
go.
don't know what it. So we don't.
I thought y'all was talking about Abandon at first.
Do you think that
that's 2027?
Yo, do you think that that Stranding games will be like a subgenre, just like Souls games? Like, you think that's going to be a thing?
Nah. Why do you think? Why do you think?
Say that again.
like, you know, they got Souls games and shit like that, right? Do you think like there will be developers that'll try to, I guess, replicate what Kojima did with Death Stranding in a way?
Oh no.
Okay.
Not at all.
Why do you think?
I think somebody might try to modify it, but I don't think it's going to be like on a mass scale.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to try to like, there's going to be a Strand genre.
Right. No, I mean, shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew Death Stranding was controversial in the sense, like, people are like, this is boring as fuck. Some people are like, this is very innovative. So, Souls games were mostly received well. Like, so that's why I guess the genre kind of exists with that. But
I think Death Stranding was mostly praised or mostly liked because of the story. Because the gameplay itself was fucking Right. It was super booty.
I think
what called a genre.
I think what some people might try to replicate, because like when you play Death Stranding, man, you could, you have like the whole social element was unique. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because you were able to like interact with other people's objects. You know what I mean? Like within the server, so like other people will build their shit in the game, and you could use it and stuff like that. And you could build stuff, and other people could use your shit, and then it's like they could all like rate your your equipment and stuff like that. I mean, I think people might try to like replicate stuff like that in some of their games. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like I said, man, I don't think it's going to be, I think Kojima was a little, hyperbolic when he said, I'm going to create a new genre of gaming. It's like,
shit, he did say that.
Yeah. It wasn't even a genre.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, would you guys consider Souls a genre or like a subgenre?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Souls carved carved its way into the gaming community as its own thing, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this, especially with the other copycat games out there like Neo and stuff. I will say this: the next up and coming Souls game type genre is definitely going to be roguelites. Definitely.
Yep, it's going to be
already a. Roguelike is already a genre, though. I mean, what are you talking about?
This nigga.
He's just a hater all the way through, man, to his core.
It's already a genre.
If somebody would have cut him open, it would be green all over the fucking place.
What did it do that was different? I mean, the game is fucking amazing. I love that.
What game were you talking about? What game were you talking about? Because I don't remember mentioning the game. I didn't mention Returnal, though.
Returnal.
You see, you see this.
Nigga. I've known you long enough.
You see this kid. He's such an ex-butt.
I've known you long enough.
He couldn't.
I know. Okay, what game were you talking? Are you insinuating that?
Roguelikes, like I said. When I say what I say, I mean it. I said roguelikes.
Nigga, Returnal is the only roguelike game that I can think of that you played.
Nigga, Hades.
He didn't play Hades.
Yes, I did.
You played fucking Returnal first.
Nope.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
You said it. Nope. You never played a roguelike game until Returnal.
Nope.
I remember this shit, nigga. Nope. You haven't played a roguelike game until Returnal.
You sure you're not making shit up?
You ain't even know what motherfucking Hades was.
I can't let you disrespect Returnal like that, man. They did some cool shit with that game, man. And if anything, I think Returnal is going to be a
no. I'm not saying that what they did mechanically in that game was bad. It is fucking great what they did with that game. I'm saying that roguelike games are already big.
Well, what I'm saying is I know you don't mean the game is bad, but I think they did more with the genre, the formula for the genre, than what people give it credit for. And I think more developers are going to try to like model their shit similar to kind of like what Returnal did.
Elaborate for me.
What other game plays like Returnal? Name me one game that plays like Returnal.
Motherfucking, what's that? Risk of Rain?
I never played Risk of Rain.
That does not play like Returnal.
Yes, it does. Did you play it?
It doesn't. No,
Did
it doesn't.
Play it? Then how do you know?
Yep, I have it on my PC. Steam, bitch.
What's your Steam name? What's your Steam name?
I don't need to tell you that shit at all.
Look that shit up right now, because you don't have it. You don't have it. If you was a gamer, you would show that.
Yo! You asking for his socials right now, bro? Like his social security number. You can't get a Steam ID. What are you doing, bro?
I'm not gonna dox him.
You should have doxed him on stream. What is this?
Yeah. He can text it to me. We on Twitter together. The nigga can text it to me on Twitter.
Dox him.
He don't want nobody to see it. He don't want nobody to see his Twitter, his motherfucking Steam. Okay, text it to me, motherfucker, so I can look it up.
Why? So you can ignore that too? Like I went to Florida all the way. You act like you couldn't pick up nothing.
I'm a screenshot it. I'm a screenshot it, and then exit out the motherfucking screen. See the excuses. See the excuses, folks. I don't trust people from Twitters. Amber Heard is a liar, and she cheats.
Okay, look, look, bro. I never played Risk of Rain, but I just looked this shit up, man.
It don't look like it, but
it's not. Okay, first of all, it's not 3D. It doesn't have bullet hell elements. It doesn't have fucking 3D platforming. Like it doesn't even look like it plays anything like Returnal. I don't know if it's procedurally generated, but I mean, just from looking at it,
it's procedurally generated.
Just from the fact that it's a 2D game, it doesn't play like Returnal, man. Automatically. I mean, tell me what game plays like Returnal.
I just told you.
I'm looking at the shit. It does not play like Returnal.
It does, dude. I promise you it does.
Is it promise? Can you do 3D platforming?
Yes.
Oop. Nigga, no, you can't. Stop it, nigga.
Yes, you can.
He went to pull my fucking stats and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
You can.
I'm literally looking at this shit right now.
I have Risk of Rain. I can add to that. So at a basis, yeah, because there's enemies on the screen that are shooting at you. But
oh shit, your voice is fucked up. I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, I thought somebody was.
I thought that was. Yeah. I was like, who playing the YouTube video?
Let's do this.
But at like the end of a level, right? Anytime that you beat a level, there's like one boss left, right? And then it goes to the next level, as opposed to Returnal is kind of seamless, right? You go through a corridor or to another biome. It never actually like restarts the level unless you do or restarts the cycle. So I say that would be the difference. On top of like the enemy, like the variant of like levels within Risk of Rain gets harder. Like the more that you go, or in wave wise, right? It gets more difficult as opposed to with Returnal, you know, the further you go within the game, it gets more difficult. So there's parallels there, but again, it's like apples and oranges between the two.
Well, he knows.
There's something about claptrap and shit. That shit's all fucked up. Like, yeah, what the fuck?
What's going on with your shit? I heard you, but shit.
Claptrap.
Yeah. It might be his mic, because his mic sound like it was coming in, and then it would go back to the distorted. But you can still hear what he was saying, though.
Yeah, so they don't play the same. Returnal, what I say, that's going to be the next. Once it evolves past its 2D heritage and start doing things like, you know, high production values, absolutely, I can see that either.
So you're talking about the visuals? I got you.
No, I didn't say anything about visuals. No.
I got you. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're saying.
Once it gets past that point, being like an actual AAA game, you know what I'm saying? In terms of it be breaking free from the shackles of 2D, I could see it either standing alongside or probably overtaking. I can't say that because they're action oriented. The reason why the Souls games inherently, they're slower. You know, they're slower games. You know, it's slower and methodical.
You don't even know what you're talking about right now.
You haven't known what you were talking about for the whole 2 hours we've been here.
Stop it.
You just been stringing together English words.
Dropping bombs on y'all niggas. Bombs.
Let's see. How did he get out of here? But yeah, so that's what I would say. So, and in this particular case, like I said before, going back to what we were saying before in terms of being a real gamer, do you think that gamers should really care about microtransactions? Do you think that as a real gamer, that should be a thing?
Yeah. I mean, to an extent.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Like, you don't want shit to get out of control, man. Yeah, I don't know. You don't want stuff to get out of control, bro. That's my opinion, though. Like, you always got to be able to keep developers in some type of check. You know, like.
There's only one way. There's only before you go on, Tay. There's only one way to keep somebody in check. Yeah. A corporation. Don't buy it.
Damn.
Don't buy it. You don't have to buy it. You don't gotta use it.
I just think like when Gran Turismo 7 did it, like people said some shit and it got their attention. So.
See, but that type of thing only happens on consoles though, because on PC, I just mod that shit out of there. I don't give a fuck. I do whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? It's my game now.
There we go with our public service announcement of PC fucking functions.
Console dudes are at the mercy of PC. That's why that Grand Theft Auto Plus shit is only on consoles, because PC niggas ain't gonna go for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, y'all niggas get shafted a lot with this bullshit. Like, if I want a new outfit, I'll just mod that shit in there. You know what I mean? If I want a new hairstyle, mod it in there. If I want a new level, mod that shit in there. The story, any type of shit. Like, you can do whatever you want. But on consoles, y'all niggas at the liberty of these microtransactions and fucking skins. Like, Tales of Arise, that game, I love that game. But having to buy, like, $3 for a fucking outfit and all this shit, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, their store is just egregious to me, like, as far as, like, buying cosmetics.
Yo, Lincoln, what's going on, man?
Tomorrow, it's just as many motherfucking microtransactions on motherfucking PC games, too.
No, I'm saying, if people wanted to, they could mod it in there, though.
I know, but they don't, though. They don't. That conversation is irrelevant to what I'm saying.
Oh, people do mod it in there.
I'm saying they still purchase. Let me correct myself, because I have to correct myself for the nigga over here. Yes, they do buy it.
Bro, what? Yeah, I'm gonna report this nigga.
So gotta be all fucking.
Somebody report this nigga right here, man.
Gotta be all P's and Q's and shit. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Games like PUBG and shit like that wouldn't. Either way you look at it, right? People are still buying it. All I'm saying is that if you don't like it, don't buy it. I think that was one of your phrases.
Nah, I believe in that. What are you talking about? Tay got him. That's what I said.
Yo, he's such a troublemaker, yo. I can't.
This nigga was like, you just said, no, that's something you console niggas got, because I'm on PC, nigga, because I'm a PC nigga.
No, what I'm saying is on PC, you actually have an option though. Like you have an option not to actually buy it. On consoles, you don't really have an option. Like I was playing like more
option though. We have an option not to buy it too.
Nah, if you
it's not something that's fucking mandatory.
But say if I want this skin though, like I really want that outfit for my character, I can't get it except for buying it on PC. At least I can just mod that shit in there.
So you're stealing, basically. Outfit. So you're basically stealing.
I'm modding. I'm not stealing.
You're a thief.
Okay.
So
somebody recreated those assets and put it into a mod. That's not stealing.
Oh, so if somebody else's shit and did what you want with it. That's what you're saying.
They're the ones who did it. It's like if I find a bag of weed on the ground, I'm not a trafficker. I just found this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're not. So you don't really care about the hard work that the developers put in, as long as you put whatever shit you want in there. Oh, damn, motherfucker! God damn!
I mean,
time out real quick. One thing, I'm not you dudes. I don't give a fuck about none of the developers. I don't give a fuck about
who are you dudes, though? Who are you dudes?
What do you mean by you dudes?
Yo, you fucking console dudes, man. Niggas be like, oh my god, fucking, what's his name? Neil Druckmann, let me suck you off. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck who made the game, bro. Like,
why you gotta take it there? This dude had to take it all the way across the street, man.
No, dudes be like Yoshi P and fucking
to answer your original question, man, should a real gamer worry about? Because he asked, should a real gamer worry about microtransactions? I
Yo,
think
Lincoln Clay said, "What's up, Jemiah?" Go on, please. My bad.
What up, Clay?
I think obviously there's a degree to a nuance to it. You know what I'm saying? I think my short answer is yes, right? I think to some degree people should be aware of that shit, man, because if you're not, then you get stuff like what happened with Star Wars Battlefront. You know what I'm saying? Where they fucking made the game play to win. You know what I mean? People called them the fuck out for that shit. So yeah.
But what happened to as the developers intended though?
Play to win?
Yeah,
I mean, pay to win.
That's what they intended.
That's not what fucking gamers want.
Obviously, though.
Obviously,
no, it could be intended all you can intend it all you want. You gotta still read the market. If the market don't want that shit,
why in some cases though is always whatever the devs want that's how it should be, and that's gospel. But then other times it's like, nah, fuck that shit. Like I don't get that.
Yeah, but then
the rhetoric. Go on.
Go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say, man, because I think microtransactions already by nature are in a way predatory. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they fucking like made it in a way where it's fucking egregious, yeah, I think people should call that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Now, should people be complaining about whether or not you could, like with fucking Gran Turismo and shit like that? I mean, I think it was a little overblown. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that is a little.
That's the pony shit right there.
Yeah.
No, that was Xbox.
Nah, this nigga defended Gran Turismo, but he trying to bash other games. That's fucked up.
Wait, who?
Ken, been a pony. That's fucked up, Ken.
Oh, wait. What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
Ken was like, in GT7, it was okay because, it was cool, but in this other game, it's not cool. Why not? People felt the same way about both games. You can say whatever your opinion is on if it was true or not, but people felt the same way.
Josh got on his pony too. No, that was bots. Got him.
How is that a pony?
I told Josh I wasn't gonna talk shit about ponies though, so I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah, he did say that though. He actually did.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even remember what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm fucking with you.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Nah, because you're like, in Battlefront, microtransactions bad. GT7, microtransactions good. That's what you basically said.
But no. But see, the difference is that the difference is that Battlefront was pay to win. GT's not pay to win. You
said that they're predatory in nature, so is that bad always?
No, remember, look at what I said originally, man. I said to a degree.
This motherfucker right here is cold as a bitch.
No, listen, man. Look, listen. To a degree, yes. You know what I mean? Because if you completely ignore it, then you have situations like Battlefront. You know what I'm saying? But GT7, I'm not saying that they shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, what they did with fucking Battlefront was egregious. And yes, I do believe microtransactions by nature are predatory, whether it's in GT or fucking Star Wars.
But here's the thing, though. He already stated. He already gave the prerequisite, right? Let me see here: $2,000 PC, a $200 mic, and I can't join the chat on Twitter. I gotta use my $100 phone. Nathan, you are going against the fucking grain. This dude is going against the grain all the time, yo. And you supposed to be a PC nigga, which means that y'all know how to hack by nature. Y'all should be. You should.
Last year.
Nah, he a console nigga with a PC.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What happened? What happened? I just heard somebody say, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh shit! I didn't have my fucking mic muted. I'm watching this game. My bad, bro. I'm watching this damn basketball game. I did not.
He was like,
that boy watching Ivy go to town. Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh shit!
Get the fuck up, Joel. Like,
bro, my bad. Shit, that was fucked up. My bad.
I was like, what?
That's how I felt though when fucking the nigga Joel walks in and she shoots his nigga leg off. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
See, that whole surprise was completely ruined. I already see. I've seen all the shit.
I was kind of shocked though. I thought he was gonna get out of it. I was like, yo, buddy.
After his leg got fucked up, I was like, yo, half of his leg is dangling. I was like, it's dangling off the. I was like, nah, he's pretty much finished.
Yeah, you can't survive in that type of environment. You can't survive the type of wound, bro. That's
not only
crazy,
that, but like, how would you can't even play him anymore? Like that's pretty much it. Even if he did survive it, he would have just he couldn't even do his little runs anymore. So
that shit was brutal. I was like, holy shit.
Joe Miller, right? Oh, this shit stupid. Anyway, yo, so that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this, man. I feel like that's your language, man. Just don't get it. Just don't buy it. I feel like if you're a real gamer, the game itself will pretty much tell the whole story. That's what I feel. I feel like the game itself will be like, okay, if it's good enough or whatever. Like, what's that game called? Phoenix Arise. What is it?
It's a lot of games out there. We can give you names, but
no, it's like it was a PC game too. It was like Phoenix Arise or something like that.
Oh, Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what well, I'm sure that it has microtransactions in there, right?
You kidding me right now?
I don't know. I don't think it does.
How do they get money?
They just sold the game. They just sold the game.
Yeah, but it's one of those. I gotta see it after I get off stream to see what the fuck
I don't think Phoenix. I don't think that one has microtransactions unless you're talking about DLC that come out for it. But if you're talking about a Ubisoft game like, let's say, motherfucking Ghost Recon Breakpoint, then yeah, they got microtransactions in it.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. I feel like microtransactions, NFT, shit like that. I feel like people are doing too much.
Yeah.
Ken, are you still in there?
Yeah. My bad. I was moving around and shit, man. I wasn't trying to like fuck your podcast up.
I wanted to ask you something.
What's up?
For NFTs, right? Because that's why I wanted you to kind of join too. And I know you have some ups and downs with this shit too, but I was going to ask you, how do you feel about NFTs in video games?
I mean, me personally, I think it can be beneficial for people more than what people think. You know, because you could buy and sell your shit on the game. You know what I'm saying? So like if you like just imagine somebody playing a game, right? Putting hundreds or whatever, thousands of hours into a game. You really don't get anything out of it, you know, aside from just whatever, acquiring more shit. You know, you get a new gun, a new skin, for bragging rights or whatever the case, right? If the game was structured in a way where it implemented NFTs, all of that time that you put into acquiring it or whatever it is, you know, you could then, it has actual value. You know what I'm saying? So then you could, like I said, go in and then sell it. You know, somebody could buy it. They see the value in it. They pay for it. You know, and all of that stuff is transacted on the blockchain. So, yeah, I do think, you know, there is a world where NFTs can actually be beneficial for people who play video games.
Why do you think it gets so much vitriol?
Because I think people lump it in with things like microtransactions. You know what I mean? Like when people talk about microtransactions, they always talk about like how companies are trying to, like just find more ways to monetize their games to, you know, milk as much money out of a gamer or a consumer as possible, you know, where NFTs don't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of it is just kind of like misconception. about how the actual technology works. You know, because a lot of people.
Explain your actions, Shepard. We owe you that much. You gotta blame Young, yeah, bro.
You said what?
No, you gotta blame Young, yeah, is what he was
Yo,
saying.
my biggest concern would be is, I think gamers' biggest concern is this is gonna, if it's too successful, it's gonna be turned into just people making NFTs for games all day. Like, we're not gonna get like any good shit, because if you get an outfit that's an NFT, right, that means it's just yours, right? Can anybody else just use it? Like how many outfits can they make for one game? They barely make even enough fucking outfits now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it just to become, you get this one game and people are just making content that sell as NFTs. They're not even making content for the fucking game. That's the biggest concern for me. It's like, it becomes too NFT focused, and they're just making content to create more NFTs instead of making content for the gamer. You know what
I mean? I don't know. When you, because I remember you mentioning something about like before, something about, you know, people would be like battling for like one particular item or whatever the case, or some shit like that.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I mean, you can turn the game basically into like this NFT hunts. Like, oh, I'm gonna get this game day one. I'm gonna hurry up, try to get to the end, get the best NFTs, and then get out, and then sell them shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how this shit can go.
I mean,
so like the auction house in like, so like it'll be like an auction house in like fucking World of Warcraft, or like some of the MMOs that got auction houses in it. Instead of using in-game currency, you can use your real money to get that shit.
Kind of like Diablo had the real money auction house. They had to close that shit down. That shit was out of control. Like,
why was it out of control?
Because
I'm only asking because I do not know.
Everything got so money focused, and they were making like millions and millions of dollars. It was just like they were just like, oh shit, like this shit is like becoming like some kind of like basically like some like illegal type of shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want people like doing things through the game, like using NFTs to fucking, like to do other shit with it in the background, like launder money and shit. Like this whole shit could be really easily flipped on its head. You know what I mean?
What was the issue that they were having with World of Warcraft? I don't know. I don't follow the game, so with that.
I don't. In the beginning of World of Warcraft, people were selling gold, like through like third party fucking sites and shit. And then eventually they just had to make it part of the game where you can sell gold to people, because it just took it over. You know what I mean? So they allow you to take the gold you make in the game and sell it for real money in the auction houses and shit. You can sell tokens and shit like that, and you can even sell and buy subscriptions for the game through the auction house just by making gold and shit like that.
So how did it affect the gameplay, I guess, is my question.
Well, in Diablo, people were just buying whatever the fuck they wanted to. Like, I'm going to buy this best armor set. I'm going to buy the best weapon. I'm going to buy, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just buying all this shit and then smashing the leaderboards and all kind of shit like that. Like, it's just not fair for other people.
It was basically like pay to win, right?
Mm-hmm. It became pay to win.
So, yeah, NFTs don't work in that same way. You know what I'm saying? Because NFTs, I guess in a way it kind of functions a little bit more like if you have like a rare trading card or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's not actually like pay to win. You know what I mean? It's more like you have like objects in the game, cosmetic or whatever the case, that you earn through playing the actual game. You know, that actually has like a real world monetary value that you could either sell and trade with other players.
No, I hear what you're saying, but like just like the wild Chinese gold farmers, you're just gonna have NFT farmers. So like people who are legitimately trying to play the game are gonna be going up against fucking hundreds of people who are just in that game just to get the NFTs to sell them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
the people who are just casually playing a game aren't gonna really benefit from NFTs if people are just going out of their way only to get these NFTs and then sell them on the turnaround. You know what I mean? Like, say like this rare outfit or whatever comes out in like Spider-Man 2 or some shit as an NFT, and this fucking guy people are just trying to get it just so they can sell it. They're not really trying to enjoy the game. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not like interacting with the community. They're just there to get the fucking NFTs and get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're gonna find some way to exploit that shit.
Like anything else, I would imagine.
Regulation would really have You would have to regulate that shit, I guess.
Yeah, like regulating how they actually implement it into the game. I mean, that would be on the developers.
Well, let me ask you, what's the pro side then? What's the pro side to it then?
Allowing dreams to sell.
Are you asking me or?
Yeah. You don't want to know about this shit. Everybody else is.
Well, I mean, the way I see it, man, because let me give you some perspective, man. Because to me, right, I think the whole blockchain technology is going to like take over just eventually in general, So to me, I kind of envision things kind of going more towards like, because I know everybody's been hearing that whole metaverse stuff, everybody and their mother's heard about that shit now, where kind of like your what you do in real life can be translated in some way into the digital world. You know what I mean? And then you can have some kind of monetary value that is attached to whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, right, I think video games, that type of shit like transitions perfectly into a world like that. You know what I mean? To where now, instead of you just spending all of your time, whatever, just playing the game because you enjoy it, now you could kind of like play the game because you enjoy it. And then as a byproduct of doing that, you then are able to accumulate value from playing the game, because think about it right now. I mean, if you play video games, like what are the ways that you can make money playing a video game? What, you make a YouTube channel, you go on Twitch, people give you donations, whatever. You might do like a Patreon or fucking whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that, right? Sell merch or whatever. Like that's how people kind of like make money playing video games. And this way, when you kind of push everything onto the blockchain system, now everybody has the opportunity, right, to be able to put time into the game and then actually create value and sell it on the blockchain, make money from it. So,
but my thing is like video games is not the whole point is not to be out here making money. That's my biggest fear is that everybody's gonna start making these goddamn NFT based games, and then the whole point of the game is gonna be lost. It's just making money, like you know what I'm saying? Like the point is not to make money. The point is to freaking play games and enjoy entertainment, not to be out here trying to make real world money. So when that NFT does drop and you don't get it, you'll be all fucking damn, this is bullshit, bro. I spent fucking 30 hours trying to get this t-shirt or whatever the fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the point of gaming. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's good or bad. What I'm saying is this can become a dark thing. You know what I mean? Like, it can go down the wrong path.
I mean, I understand the concern, but I mean, it's like, I don't think like the gaming climate that we have, like some of the shit that we do have, in terms of like whatever, just valuing the art for making a video game. I don't think that's going to change, man. You know what I mean? I don't think that's going anywhere. So, I mean, I think there's going to be a market for it, just like anything else.
I think they should use Dreams as a platform to do it, but I don't know.
I think it would work perfectly for a game like Dreams, but in terms of a regular game, couldn't it steer publishers into thinking that it's all about gambling and shit? You don't think so?
Perhaps, but like you said, I think the perfect game is Dreams. Like no one's even talking about this. It was one of my most anticipated games during the PlayStation 4 era, just because I love Media Molecule, what they did with Little Big Planet. But like, I don't hear nothing about it now. And why not try to at least get it some attention? It'll hit like on Game Informer, IGN. Everyone will be talking about Dreams as the NFT game or whatever the crap. I don't know why Sony wouldn't do it. It's not like it's going to kill off the game the more as it already is. I mean, so might as well. So if there's a game out there, it's Dream. And, if it doesn't work, what do you lose? Like, you don't lose anything. That's how I look at it, man. Shit, I don't know.
I think a game like Dreams will work, but like, how does the NFT work in The Last of Us 3? Like, I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the NFTs in single player games definitely don't go hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean, just like microtransactions, man. I don't think that you should try to shoehorn a mechanic into the game that just doesn't work with the game. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Square Enix though. These motherfuckers sold off fucking like some great IPs just so they can focus on blockchain and bullshit. So I'm already looking like, yo, I don't know about these dudes, bro. This NFT shit. You know what I mean?
We'll have to see, man, because really it's kind of like it's a future technology, man, for sure. I mean, who's to say like how much it would affect people?
I don't think,
especially going on with the like the digital age kind of evolving the way that it is. You know what I mean?
I don't think that you gave me anything compelling that they could use it for. Like, I still haven't heard anything like a compelling reason why you would have, NFTs in games. I don't think anybody gave me a compelling reason.
I mean, I think in terms of video games, because NFTs can be used for a lot of different things, but in terms of video games, I mean, that's what they're used for. I mean, you play the game. As you play the game, you acquire shit like you do any other game. But instead of it being just you earning the shit in the game, you actually have the whatever the object is in the game actually has value. You know. So, but if that's something that you don't value, then it's like I can understand that at the same time, and I do understand the concern.
Because you keep every time I hear you describe this shit, you keep losing me with this in terms of how it works, right? In terms of how it in my head, in my mind's eye, how it would work. Oh shit! Who requested? My bad, Tay. In terms of how it works, right? And what you're saying, in a perfect world, what would you be doing with NFTs?
In a perfect world, man, you would log on to whatever game that it is that supports it. You just play like you play any other game. And then as you progress through the game, you actually acquire, whatever in-game objects, in-game assets, or whatever you want to call it, in-game shit, that you can actually, buy and trade with other people.
So basically, it has to do with, the physical items within the game where you could trade with people.
Yeah.
So it looks like it works perfectly with either, what do you call it? The fuck you call those games again? Games as a service.
Yeah, games as a service, free to play, games like that. You know what I'm saying? Where people could just kind of jump into the game and just play it and start earning in-game stuff that they normally do, except now whatever you earn, it has like a code that, identifies it specifically.
No, I get that point. It's yours to keep. I get that one.
Yours. Yeah. And then now that's yours, you could then sell it to someone else, essentially.
That's a whole gambling situation all in itself, But that could change the landscape of games where people don't have, the type of games that we, like certain games that we are kind of accustomed to, I think that would probably be like, huh?
You mean like the more single player, or even some multiplayer type games?
Right. I mean, I know you're going to say, you'd be like, well, I mean, it's, it could be a concern, but, that's what I'm saying as a gamer, is that something that that a gamer wouldn't necessarily worry about. Like, to me, if it's not a fun game, the funny thing about NFTs and shit like that, no one had any problems with arcades. That's why games were hard as shit back in the day.
Damn.
Games were hard as shit back in the day, and it was because so they can get your money in terms of, quarters and shit like that. To be honest with you, fucking microtransactions and NFTs are basically a reinvention of fucking arcade systems, if you ask me.
So what would they do? Let's say for a game like Dreams, would they like be creating the avatars for your PSN account type stuff and selling it? And, like creating like a fan made kind of section to where you can buy it or whatever, or how would it exactly work? Because I wouldn't, I guess I'm not the most knowledgeable on NFTs.
I mean, yeah, because, and here's the other thing about NFTs too, because aside from it just being implemented into games, there are a lot of people, right, who just create stuff. You know what I mean? It's really good for people who are creative, because then, right. Yeah. So like Dreams, for example, you know what I'm saying? You could create some shit in the game, right? That that you own, and there's actually something, in the blockchain system that assigns that to you, that's yours. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, so like, for example, right, that fucking, what was that game called? The dinosaur game, the one that blew up on fucking Dreams that everybody saw, where he was destroying the city and stuff like that.
Like, nobody knows that Godzilla game. Nobody knows about it though. Yeah,
I mean, imagine, right, if the guy who made that game that was popular at the time when it blew up, that game was assigned its own value based on how many people enjoy it or whatever, or who play it, whatever the fucking case. Then now he is in the position, right, as a creative individual who spent all of this time building the shit in the game, to then go and sell it to someone else who would be interested in buying it from him.
I've always thought, even when like Little Big Planet. So my brother was huge on LBP 1 and 2. And he told me how much they expanded with LBP 2, all the tools and stuff like that. Dude, people would make like full games in that freaking video game, like movies, everything. Like it was incredible. And like I always thought there should have been some type of like donation system for the artists. Like, but I didn't, I know that would probably be very like, I don't know on the business side as far as Sony and the developers, like how intricate or how like hard that would be to implement. But as you're like basically saying, like these dudes are putting their time, their energy for free, and you know what I'm saying? Like they're not getting anything out of it. So I was always wondering, like, how do you monetize that without saying like, okay, there's a price tag, you have to pay $5 to play this. Well, like, is there like even a donation system or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, hey, you finished the game. Hey, would you like to support this? Content creator. This is his Twitch. This is his YouTube. All of that. Like, I feel like there are so many ways to hammer down on that with games like Dreams, Little Big Planet, all of that. Minecraft, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, they do it because they love doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? They actually enjoy, spending the time to create whatever it is that they're working on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at all the time that people put into like modding video games, and I mean, like people put a lot of fucking time into doing shit with video games, man. Aside from just playing it, that they're getting.
Like speaking of mods, though, Ken, like look at Bethesda and their fucking creation store bullshit that they started. Like the company itself was basically taking the mods and then trying to make them like put them in their store, make a store for mods, but they're basically just taking advantage of the modders. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a good thing. So like, and they were charging egregious prices for shit. So I just, every time money it gets involved in shit, everything always gets fucked up, no matter what it is. Money always ruins everything, bro. So
can you guys?
Yeah, my thing is that like we live in a time that's like we're gonna have to start talking about this eventually. And if you have a game that is specifically built on capitalizing on art, artists and their talents within your video game, I think there should be some type of way to say thank you to that, because the artist is literally driving traffic to your game or to your service, and it's just like, what does the content creator get out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go make a YouTube video and all of that, like I can get something out of it, potentially get some money and such. Like if you're trying to tell me like Dreams that is basing its whole model off of like you creating something within their game and they're providing you the tools, then there's not a way to like, get something, something. I mean, that's why I was like, maybe don't like force, pay this, but like maybe a donation of some sort. I don't know. Like, or like he was saying, NFTs, a possibility. Like, I just think that has to eventually enter the conversation. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, but
I mean, I've
always thought that.
I think there's also this too, man. Like the climate for gaming is changing already.
Yeah.
Go on. Why you stop?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I hear you.
My bad. I think my phone muted my shit automatically. But now I was saying that like the climate for gaming is already changing like before our eyes, like as it is, as we speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like what we kind of like value in gaming, which I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't. But what we value in gaming is already changing. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking the biggest games in the world right now, man, are unfortunately, you know, live service multiplayer games. I mean, those are the games that children and, you know, younger people are just sort of like gravitating towards already as it is, you know.
Right.
You could say the same thing for that shit. It's like, well, I don't agree with, you know, live service games. Well, I mean, it's like I don't agree with it to a degree as well, but I mean, that's just the fucking way it's going, you know what I'm saying? Now,
I think we over exaggerate that. There's only like maybe 10 live service games that actually are doing good. So let's not act like that shit is just saturated the market. You know what I mean? Like you got like Fortnite, Apex, maybe GTA. Like, but these games aren't saturating the market where that's all people are doing. So I wouldn't even say that. You know what I mean? Most free to play games fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're taking over like the marketing. Like most people know that game. People that don't even play video games, bro, like average, just like people, dude, know about Fortnite just as much as they know about Call of Duty.
Fortnite has been around for a long time, but games like Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, those games are dominating the headlines constantly. You don't hear people talk about Fortnite anymore. People play Fortnite and spend money in it, but it's not a headliner. There's nobody's talking about the new Fortnite features or whatever the fuck's going on in Fortnite, and nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean?
No,
it just exists now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't say like the average like person knows about the headlines, but they know of the game. You know, like if I just go down the street and just yell out Fortnite, most people know. If I go down the street and yell out Horizon 09, about 5 people will know what I'm talking about. Like that's what I mean. Like gamers within the gaming space know what's up. Like, but I just like think like it's pretty big. Like I mean, you know.
But when it comes to gaming itself, Fortnite is not going to sell you a console. You know what I mean?
Not at all. No.
Like Fortnite, maybe like people. I think people confuse money with success and shit. Like, I mean, I guess it's kind of successful, but like in the grand scheme of things, nobody's gonna spend $500 on a console just to play Fortnite. That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? So those games are important, but they're not the market. In my opinion.
Let me ask you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What if, for example, Sony was able to create a game that was successful to some degree, like what Fortnite is, but it's only exclusive to their platform?
Like Blood Hunt?
Whatever it is. You know, let's just say The Last of Us fucking blew up. You know, factions blew up and it became just as popular or whatever. Like you mean
I don't see any problem with that.
You don't think
I mean, isn't basically that's what Halo Infinite is trying to do? Like, I mean, it's exclusive-ish.
I mean, as far as the whole headline thing, man, I think a minority of people, you know, track that shit anyway, man. You know, the majority of people are not really on Twitter, online, like monitoring this shit all the time. Like already as it is, we're kind of operating within a minority of the fucking
gaming. I don't think so, because look how Elden Ring blew up. Like
it blew up.
They've been pushing this game. It won the most anticipated game 2 years in a row at the fucking Video Game Awards. That's a lot of eyes, a lot of casual eyes on that. So like they've been pushing this game. IGN, all these companies have been promoting and pushing this game, like they did with Cyberpunk, like they're doing.
I was just about to say that.
Like you can easily get casuals whipped up into a frenzy when the core is so passionate. When the core is passionate, casuals get fucking pulled in like a black hole. So I think the headlines do matter. Like it does matter, because casuals will ask their gamer friends what's going on, and those gamer friends then relate those headlines to those casuals. You know what I mean,
bro? So but I also think that's what they may be doing with the Last of Us factions. You can't tell me that they couldn't have released that already, but I think they want to get the hype generated from the little HBO show as well. Make casuals start talking about it and then drop it and be like, or maybe drop it beforehand or something like that and get people like, oh, there's a game on this. That's what they're talking about, the remake and everything. Like, I really think they're going to start cash cowing out The Last of Us, like significantly, make it a freaking free to play, like whatever the crap game, and then have everybody playing it and talking about the series, and they can make a shitload of money off that versus dropping it last year like before the series is even out. Like, and it's already an established franchise as far as the gaming community.
I think they're gonna package the remake with the new factions and then drop it during the HBO premiere and shit. Because I don't think people are gonna buy another fucking remake. You know what I mean?
I'm not.
So I think though, if they add a crazier, different, you use Last of Us 2's system, and then they add factions on top of it. That's you got to buy it then. You know what I mean? That's a no brainer.
Yeah. But do you think the factions is gonna be free to play eventually? Kind of like how a few games are right now, like Destiny.
I don't think so.
Is Destiny 2?
I don't think factions is gonna be free to play, and Destiny is not free to play either.
It's not. They don't have a free to play mode with Destiny.
You gotta buy the expansions. I don't think this. Yeah, I think you gotta buy the expansions. Somebody can correct me, but
I
don't know.
It is free to play.
It's free to play, but
you have to get all of the fucking expansions for it.
That's not free
to play with an asterisk, I guess. I don't know.
No, you bought the game and then you play it for free. That's not free to play, bro. You still have to buy the game.
Okay, I didn't know if they just made the service itself, like just the online part. I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
Don't you need PSN to play Destiny?
I don't think so. But let me.
Or is it?
I haven't played it in so long, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, because if it needs PSN to play Destiny, then it's definitely not free to play at all.
Or was it? Was it Overwatch I'm thinking about? What the fuck am I thinking about right now?
I don't think you need it since they went free to play.
Did they go free to play? No, right? Because you got the Witch Queen.
Yeah, Destiny 2. Yeah, but Destiny went free to play. So
look, bro,
all the free to play games that's on.
So Destiny has free expansions?
No, the expansions aren't free.
No, the expansions.
Then how's that free to play then?
Because you get the base game. You know what I'm saying? The base game and all of its content for free, and then all of the other stuff like the expansions and shit like that everybody else is already into. You have to pay for that.
Oh, so you want me to play shit from fucking 5 years ago, right? That's good.
Yeah.
You want me to get this old raggedy ass fucking bullshit?
Yeah, but they did go free to play like in the middle of the game's fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Because they with that other bullshit that they were going through with purchasing the IP and stuff.
But my thing is, will they do that for the Last of Us factions? I think they will, bro. As far as the live service, because
come out. I think when factions does come out, I think that part of the game is going to be free to play.
All right,
so basically they have a mode. It's called Destiny 2 New Light. It's like they just wall off basically everything. You can't. There's a lot of restrictions and shit. That's dumb as shit.
So I just looked it up, man. Wow. So it says you can play Destiny 2 without.
Come on, baby girl, shit. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
bro, I'm watching this fucking game.
I don't know if you guys heard me, but yeah, it says you can play Destiny 2 without PlayStation Plus. However, most of the game modes and features will not be available because you have to purchase the fucking expansions and shit.
Yeah. No, that's
like niggas giving you like a rock, like they just let you get for free, then you come back. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, you got them extensions, man.
Hey, yo, man, hey.
If I remember correctly, man, Destiny actually did have quite a bit of content when it dropped at first. You know, I mean, it was kind of like fucked up with the balancing and shit, but the content was actually there. You know what I'm saying?
Destiny, like I was so anticipated, like bro, I was so hyped for Destiny before it came out because I was like, okay, Bungie, they're making a game, PlayStation's gonna finally get it. I was so hyped. They're teaming up with Activision, 10-year plan, and then just something happened to where like all the promises just like, I was like, what the hell is this? Then it just, but like it was. I like the raids and all that. Like, it was great, bro. Like, teaming up with the buddies and shit and playing, like, late at night, trying to beat this and get all of this shit. It was fun as hell. But it was just, like, something just was missing. And, like, I really hope with whatever the hell they're doing in the future, I don't know if it's going to be Destiny 3 or what, but I really hope, like, it just, I don't know. Like, I hope they don't abandon single player, but I really do hope they just continue to build on, like, the good parts of Destiny because I actually enjoyed my time. It was kind of shitty in some areas, but I enjoyed Destiny for the most part.
When I first read about Destiny and EGM like a long ass time ago, it's completely different from what it was supposed to be. Like, they made it seem like it was supposed to be like some fucking like vast open world, so you're gonna be like just traveling and doing all this shit. And then they made it fucking compact. Yo, I was like, this is not
honey like
lush, bro.
Populated environments and shit. Like, they sold that, bro. I was like, this is gonna be the greatest game.
Explore vast roads with your crew and shit. I'm like, we're gonna be out here just in the middle of nowhere, nigga, fighting fucking titans and shit. And then you get this bullshit ass waves of people coming at you. Like, come on, bro. Like,
y'all fucking bought it. Y'all wanted it.
I wanted it, bro.
I never bought Destiny.
Bro, because I thought it was gonna be okay. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't want anyone to cap right now, dog. Like, even though we fuck with PlayStation, you grew up, you wanted to play Halo, or you did play Halo. My nigga, I wanted to play Halo on PlayStation. And so I'm like, the dudes who created Halo are making a game that kind of reminds me of Halo. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to buy this game. Like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. And they're teaming up with Activision. I was like, it's going to be dope. And then it wasn't really dope. And I was like, oh shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When I first came in contact with Destiny, man, I thought it was gonna be some really cool ass shit, right? You know, because it was advertised Bungie was making this new fucking game, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was gonna be cool, right? And then I remember I kind of fell off on it for a little bit. And then I came back and I looked at this shit. I'm like, yo, this game looks like fucking Halo, but I thought it looked worse at the time, right?
It did graphically.
It did, bro. It did. I ain't even gonna stunt. It was empty as fuck. I was like, what is – you have to grind so hard. Oh, my God, the grind was – I just was like, fuck this, bro.
Yeah, nigga,
but it's funny,
stopped playing Destiny when they came out with the next expansion and the fucking Gallahorn wasn't even fucking powerful no more. I got the Gallahorn. All my niggas had the Gallahorn, and I have been grinding with these motherfuckers since the beginning to get that motherfucker.
Grinding hard as fuck.
The day before the fucking new expansion
I was like,
came
is this your king? Is this your king?
And I'm like, oh no.
But it's funny though, it's funny because after I had initially saw Destiny, man, I didn't even play the game for like the first 2 years that it was out, man. And then my friends got me to buy that shit, man, and because it was on sale or whatever. So I got all the fucking expansions that they paid all that money for.
Yeah, like the Forbidden King or something like that. All of that.
Yeah, that whole thing. And then and I played it for a little bit, man. I was like, I don't know why people like this shit, but for some reason, man, like after a little while of playing it and understanding it, I actually really liked it, man. At first,
yeah, it grew on me, bro. Like I actually did not mind the PvP at all, but I honestly thought they were gonna allow us to like customize our ships to the fullest. I'm talking like we could fly outer space type shit, like
nigga,
customize it inside and out.
You had to get Warframe for that shit, and you remember how long?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah,
Warframe.
Warframe. To me, Warframe outstripped that game. That game.
Bro, Warframe is hard as fuck, bro. I used to love.
The funny thing is, Warframe actually is a free-to-play game.
Yes.
And they have a really good fucking model when it comes to,
bro.
Okay, so this is what I was going to say.
But to be honest about Warframe, when Warframe first came out,
it was a basic bitch.
No. It was basic as fuck. But they did something. They overhauled the whole system.
Yeah, once they overhauled it and started bringing out.
I can't go back there. I can't go back to fucking Warframe. That shit does not play the same. It's not even the same game. It don't look the same. It don't function really the same. It's just it ain't the same shit. It ain't it. Yeah. But I will say this though regarding you okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
This nigga got Tourette's and shit, nigga.
Bro, I'm watching this game, bro. I'm hyped as fuck. I'm watching two games at once. Bro, okay, I'm watching the Warriors and the fucking Grizzlies, and I'm also watching WNBA, fucking Atlanta Dream and Dallas Wings, bro. I'm a sports fanatic, bro.
W.
Bro, what? Go look at my likes, bro. I'm on everything. Bro, yes, bro.
Sandwiches.
Bro, I'm on college sports, bro. I'm on tennis, fucking volleyball, bro. I do, bro. Sports head, bro. I fucking love
game a
sports.
lot? You game a lot? You sound like
Bro,
you
I
game a
don't.
lot.
Not
A
anymore.
game? Not anymore,
No,
bro.
you talking about you game a lot?
My
Yeah, I fuck you.
my PSN is Ramrock. I'll probably pop up. I haven't
No,
played
I'm
in a
not
long
saying.
ass
I'm
time.
saying it sounds like you gamble a lot, like on sports
Oh,
books and shit.
gamble.
At least a game
Gamble.
of it.
I thought you said game a lot. No, gamble a lot. Fuck no, bro. Nah, man, you can't gamble here. Fuck that. Nah,
I never met a
man.
sports head that wasn't a gambler. You don't sound
I'm
legit.
scared I'm scared as hell to gamble, bro, because I think I'm gonna get addicted to it and I'm gonna end up broke fucking on the streets. Like I'm like, scared as hell.
Don't go to Vegas then.
Nigga, you just
Bro.
get Game Pass, nigga. You be alright. Just get Game Pass. Fuck, you don't have to worry about
Fuck
shit.
that. Go get Game Pass. Hell nah, bro.
Yo,
I don't know,
love that.
man. Hey, I think people are overreacting to that PlayStation Plus shit, bro. Like, people are just acting like they're just anti-developer now that they're making them fucking do the trials and shit. I'm like, bro, I don't think so, man. Like, y'all doing this shit.
No, it's just the same reason why the Xbox is down and people can't get their games. Like, they can't switch it back to the main account or anything. And people are just like, oh, they ain't saying nothing about that shit. It's just a PlayStation thing, man. That's all it is.
I don't know, bro. Like, but then people are acting like, because there's that little meme going around that like only thing that exists right now is Ratchet and Clank, but back in the day they had Ratchet and Clank and fucking Sly Cooper, and I'm like, bro, it hasn't even been 2 years since the PS5 came out. What the fuck? Like, what do y'all expect? Like 500 games to launch day one? I'm like, bro, nah, bro, this not even year 2. Like, it hasn't even hit the year 2 mark, bro. Like, y'all tripping. They wild as fuck for that. I'm like, y'all wild, bro. Hell no. I think I like the games that I've seen come out for the PS5. I don't have one yet, but I was like, this shit looks like lit as fuck. Like, it doesn't look like there's a drought on games. Really, Xbox looks like there's a drought on games.
I mean, that shit is kind of annoying to me, man, when they talk about like fucking Ratchet and Clank and shit like that, you know, oh, you could beat the game in 5 hours, you know what I'm saying? Because what they do is they jump into the game and then they fucking rush through the game and then come on fucking Twitter and say, you know, oh man, I already beat it. What's next? You know what I'm saying? But then they but then they go on fucking whatever, you know, like Halo or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Which I know Halo has a multiplayer, but they jump on that shit and they take their time and then they explore everything. And
dude's got an agenda, bro. Like, ain't no fucking way. Oh, do you guys think they should do something like something in the Ratchet universe as far as a live? I know live service is like a fucking like a taboo now, but what if they did something like some type of multiplayer or live service with Ratchet and Clank World? Yes or no?
No, they already had multiplayer for Ratchet and Clank, but
they got multiplayer for Ratchet and Clank. The fuck?
Not this one. There's a it was the PS2 one they did.
Oh.
But I will say this before I will say this before we close out of here. I'm glad I brought that up too. I'm glad I brought up
the NFTs.
What was it? No, about the NFTs, yeah, because ultimately it's not just about NFTs. The original conversation was really about how people literally like the problem with it was like, if you're a gamer, should you care about these things? I feel like the balance between NFTs or the balance between, you know, all these microtransactions and shit is you got to still make a good game.
Facts.
You can't not make a good game. And Warframe is a game that's like it's basically, you know, letting you know.
Warframe evolved into a good game.
That's what I'm saying.
It did. Yeah.
But ultimately, you still had to be a good game.
Are people still playing No Man's Sky? That evolved into a good game.
People.
They still playing it.
But that's not a game that's like that's still, you buy the game and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why
there's no microtransactions in.
That's why I asked for it too, because I didn't know. But I will say, if you're a gamer, the game has to still be good. That's the whole thing. And to be honest with you, like Fortnite and those games, they're solid games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As much people want to sit there and act like elitist, They're still solid games, regardless of how you look at it.
I can see NFTs working in No Man's Sky though. I can see.
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see that shit too. You know,
I can for sure. But okay, I got it, bro. You know, I'm gonna ask a shitload of questions, bro. Look, what do you think that anything stops Activision's purchase or Xbox purchase of Activision? Because I know the FTC is reviewing Bungie. I think that's gonna go through. But do you think like the Activision thing is gonna get stopped? Not that I want to. I mean, I don't fuck with Microsoft at all. But it doesn't mean I don't want that shit to go through necessarily. But it's just like, do you think it will? Like, with how long that shit? Like, I know it usually takes some time, but like, is there anything that could stop it? I guess from happening.
Jemiah probably know a lot about this.
I mean,
shit.
I think the only thing that can stop it is how much they want to fuck Bobby Kotick, because that's the reason. That's the only reason why they're against it, because they don't want him to get paid out and not have to face any consequences. That's their whole crux of a situation. It's nothing to do with the purchase itself. Is that they're trying to fuck his ass over.
Yeah, because then something just come up. Then something just come up with New York trying to sue Activision.
Yeah, they're trying to fuck him over, not the company itself. So
yeah,
if get him out of there. Maybe he had to leave first or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
something. Right.
Because I know he's leaving after Microsoft. He already stated that he would be leaving after Microsoft purchase, or Microsoft stated that.
Yeah, because he wants to get.
He gonna get some money
out though.
Yeah.
He want to cash out first.
Yeah,
but the government doesn't want that though. So
we don't want this sack of shit to get him.
Yeah.
No, you know what it is. It ain't about him being a sack of shit. It's the very fact that they so deeply. They don't like they're haters. You know what I'm saying? Because they did some fucked up shit too. They're not doing it over some sort of. There's no moral to this shit. There's no morale. You know,
I mean, everybody's pretty.
They're looking like, yo, I'm mad that he able to get away with it. No, I don't want you to get away with it.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But
that's all that boils down to. You know,
like how I was messaging you, bro. Like, I truly feel like, based on like just me piecing together little articles that I've seen over the years, Phil Spencer, whoever the fuck, bro, it feels like Xbox is gonna, or Microsoft is gonna go, like, all their stuff is gonna be everywhere, available everywhere. If, for instance, Sony allows it, if Nintendo allows it, I feel like they're gonna essentially be a fucking mega third party. Yeah, like a mega third party to like. But I don't feel like they're like a threat necessarily, because they're like, what the fuck? We don't care about buying shit. Like, somebody else is gonna buy it if we don't. Apple or Amazon's gonna buy it if we don't. So we got the money. We're gonna fucking buy it.
And you know what? I think that's why Sony is starting to buy stuff too, because they probably see that fucking when Amazon and whoever or Apple come into the fray with their little gaming systems. Bro, they're probably going to try to buy out most of these fucking companies too.
Yeah,
just to get something under their belt.
Right.
So that's why.
Plus they won't be able to compete either. Yeah, they probably won't be able to compete either. Like, not compete, but like
with fucking Microsoft and Sony buying these fucking studios.
They probably wouldn't be able to do the deals that they would be able to do. So that's
right.
You know.
But like, I think is because we're looking at gaming right now in 2022, bro. Gaming is not going to look the same in 10 years or 20 years, and when we have grandkids, the shit is going to look different. Like, we just got to get ready. These companies are way ahead of us as far as what the trends are going to be, because they're the trendsetters. Like, they know, so they already know what's going to go. What's going to go down.
Whoa!
I feel like, bro.
Time.
I feel like
PC ain't the trendsetters.
Bro, I feel like they are. There's the ones that's buying all of this shit. They know what's going on.
Niggas told you that fucking streaming was going to be the future. What happened to that shit? What happened to Stadia? What happened to xCloud? Yeah, exactly.
xCloud is like Stadia in the form of which
it's not going nowhere.
But Stadia is not going.
Exactly. It's gonna stay right where it's at, in the fucking trash bin, nigga. You can't force shit onto people. You can't force trends on the people, bro. Companies don't set trends.
You know what?
That's the crazy shit.
Look, Stadia probably could have took off Stadia probably could have took off if they kept their fucking first line.
Stadia would have never took off.
They probably would have. They probably would have still been a factor in, the gaming space of talking about it.
Yeah.
if they had kept their first party studios, but since they dropped all their first party studios,
come on, stop it.
But they got the money to fuck it up. They're not shutting down. They're not shutting down.
They shutting that shit down.
Xbox Live was just down for like fucking 10 hours, right? 10, 12 hours. You niggas can play games offline, all kind of shit. You think Stadia can survive in an environment where the internet is just willy-nilly?
I don't think Stadia, the way it came out, doesn't mean it's like that's the way it's going to be in 10 years. Companies always flop. I mean, shit. The virtual reality shit has it taken off the way we thought. We thought that shit was everybody's gonna have one. Not everyone doesn't. So companies can take a loss. $1 trillion company can take a loss.
There are millions and millions of VR headsets from
nowhere near to the consoles though. There's nowhere near the amount of consoles.
There's nowhere near the fucking cell phones. What are you talking about?
But Stadia, just because it launched the way it did, does not mean it's going to remain how it's going to be in 10 years. That doesn't. How it started isn't how it finished.
Google has already stated that they were already looking for somebody to buy Stadia. So either they're going to drop that bitch or somebody going to buy it.
But it doesn't mean that's how they're going to remain in 10 years. They can always re-up and do something completely different. The gaming space, isn't Netflix getting into gaming and shit? Like,
Netflix
it's not dying.
Netflix about to go to bankruptcy. What are you talking about?
I mean,
at the end.
But if somebody buys Stadia, of course it's gonna change to something else.
Yeah.
But if Google keeps it, they're gonna drop that shit because Google is known to drop shit that's not profitable to them.
Easy. Oh, I'm gonna say,
I guess to me, like if you start something, that doesn't mean that's how it's gonna end up. Like
Jemiah, you made a good point. You made a good point, Jemiah. We are, as gamers, the trendsetters. Anyway, I mean, well, I would say journalists because people are acting stupid right now. Journalists are pushing fucking in general. But let's just say, whatever. People would have to. How can I put it?
Right.
Ultimately, it's up to gamers, and ultimately, you still have to purchase what you're going to purchase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What it boils down to. You can't.
That's what I meant as far as purchasing. Like, you can't stop big ass Google or big ass Amazon from purchasing something. If they suck at it, look at X or Microsoft. They can't make a bitch ass game from head to foot besides Halo. So what do? They go buy fucking Activision. Like Stadia, you're saying, oh, it didn't work. That's it for them? Google's done? No. They just got to go throw a big enough check at someone. Like, if the government allows it, like, I don't know what the future's going to look like in 10 to 20 years. And when I have grandkids, I don't know. I feel like big corporations are going to run everything.
How long has
you had to look at
I feel like big corporations are going to run shit.
But you got to look at that statement you just made, though.
Go ahead.
If they were going to buy a studio, they wouldn't have dropped their first-party studios altogether.
It couldn't compete at the time. It couldn't.
It still can't.
It's not. It doesn't mean it's not going to in the future if they make purchases.
It has nothing to do with their. It has nothing to do with their
But why is Phil Spencer mentioning Amazon and Google by name as their competitors in the gaming market?
Because Phil Spencer is retarded. Who gives a fuck what he said?
What the fuck?
When they first started, he's not even mentioning Google no more.
Phil Spencer. Time out.
You mentioned that. I think it was like 2020, 2019.
Yo. What's this dude's name? Yo, Google Stadia didn't fail because they didn't have first-party studios. That shit fell because the entire thing is bullshit. Nobody wants to stream online. The platform is not viable, bro. PS Now, Xbox fucking Game Pass, all this shit has less than 30,000 subs because nobody wants to fucking do streaming.
I'm not even talking about streaming online. I'm talking about major corporations buying companies. And then they could make a dedicated console when the fuck ever. How long did Microsoft exist? How long did Sony exist or Microsoft exist before they made a console? When is it going to stop? I don't know what the future looks like. Is my point.
These companies came into the game with a console. They didn't do gaming before they didn't have a console. What are you talking about?
I am saying these companies that exist, like Amazon and Google, what is stopping them from making a console or buying a company in the year 2050 or 2040?
Because the fact is, the gaming industry because they know it would fail. There's no way you can introduce a console at this late in the game that's going to be successful. Nvidia tried it. Other companies tried it.
I don't know.
Microsoft tried it. So why can't they?
What do you mean? Microsoft
I don't understand.
For 20 years.
No. I'll explain to you what I mean. But why do you think? Why do you think they can't introduce?
You think if somebody said we're gonna have the Amazon fucking Go box? You think anybody's gonna buy that shit?
Remember the Mad Box?
Even if Amazon bought fucking 2K or some shit, you think people are really gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna have to go buy this Go box to play one game? There's so much history and fucking game preservation. What they always talk about, that is bullshit. In these consoles, there's no way.
I don't know.
You know what?
My entire statement was they know what's going on. That's what I meant. I didn't mean like they're gonna sit there and make us buy something, but they know what's going on in the industry. Bro. I don't. The fuck?
If they knew what's going on, then they would have never fell with their Stadia shit. They didn't know what the fuck was going on.
They have the money to try and fail. They have the money to do that.
You can have all the money in the world. Doesn't mean you can It doesn't mean you can do things. It doesn't mean
there's a lot of projects. A lot of companies fail at. Sony has a lot of shit that they failed at. Microsoft has a lot of shit that they failed at. I mean, doesn't mean they're not going to try again in some partnership.
Look at the Zoom.
Partnership with someone.
Is Microsoft making a new Zoom, motherfucker? No.
I had one of them motherfuckers, man. I had videos and everything on that motherfucking Zoom, man. The Zoom was fucking fire. It just didn't take off.
Yeah. That shit is now... Microsoft will never make another Zoom, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's not play games. They have all the money in the world. They could have made Zooms until their heads fucking turned gray. It wouldn't have mattered. Nobody would have bought the shit. You know what I mean? iPad took over. Money doesn't equivalent to you being successful at all.
No, I know that, but it allows you to have the space to be. Like, if you're going to fail and you have the money to fail,
we're not going to talk about potential.
You have the ability
we're not going to talk about potential, though. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, in 10 to 20 years, I don't know what the hell the gaming industry is going to look like. And if they're talking about buying up all of these different companies and these studios, who's going to stop them?
I mean, what we can do, because right now it's kind of like operating in this realm of speculation. What we can do is we can look at what the evidence shows right now. And what the evidence shows right now is that shit ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You still have to you have to have a product that people want to buy, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
that's all I was saying too. Somebody gotta want your shit. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta still make good things. I feel like if gamers tend to complain too fucking much about shit. Well, no, non-gamers tend to complain about shit that they complain more than they actually play games. Because typically, if it's a gamer, they just will skip over that shit. You're either good or you're not good. Yeah. There have been many games that, like, for instance, the game that Platinum Games made. What was that game called again, Ken?
Babylon Fall.
Babylon shit.
Yeah. Babylon Fall.
Yep. Babylon Fall. Bro, that's it for them.
What do you mean?
One person Platinum, yeah. One person was playing that on Steam. One.
I mean, the company's not gonna go down though. They'll probably get purchased.
No, I know, but that's my point. One person played that shit. You either have it or you don't.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? If you and what I say about Warframe, they have a really decent model, but they had to boost. I'm about to download that shit later, but they had to boost.
Big facts.
They had to play. They had to make a good game. They had to make a good game. So
yeah, like I don't know, man. I don't. Like I'm just saying, I can't look at the future and say it's gonna look like today. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's saying that. But what I think is, my thing is, it's dangerous for you to put some fucking trend-setting shit in the hands of companies. The company should never dictate anything to the fucking consumers. We dictate to them. I don't like streaming.
I'm not saying like gaming. I'm just saying buying companies. We can't stop that shit.
You can't. I don't give a fuck if Microsoft bought Nintendo and Sony. Doesn't mean I don't have to play that shit. I can stop gaming. Like just because you buy shit, you're not gonna force your way. But you're not gonna force your way into people's fucking lives, bro. You're not gonna force your way into people's hearts. So like, just because you bought a company doesn't mean like Activision. I guarantee you that shit goes down. I guarantee you Call of Duty, the fucking quality goes down. Bethesda, look at Bethesda. When did the last time they put out a game? The whole Cinemax. I mean, fucking Deathloop. Like, come on, bro. Like,
when did the last Fallout come out? Like fucking 20. Damn, when was it?
Like 20. Wasn't it like 26? Was it? Yeah, it was something like that. I thought it was like 2016.
Fallout 76?
2017, 2017 or 2018 when that shit came out.
2018. Okay, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just buy companies and expect people just to be like, oh my God. Like, no, that's not how that shit works.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I don't. Like, I'm in a space where I didn't ever think that Activision was going to get fucking bought out by Microsoft.
No, I get what you're saying.
That shit is like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, that was the biggest acquisition ever. Like that.
I get what you're saying. You're saying that you don't know, but you can still make an educated. You can still make an educated guess. You just can't say that I don't know and dust your hands off.
Look at Microsoft. They're still going forward with this dumbass fucking this dongle shit. They're going towards streaming. And they're trying to force streaming on the people when clearly people don't want that fucking model.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to I guess run the games stably streaming now.
No, I already work for telecommunications. There isn't a fucking way to do it. That's why I'm looking at this shit. That shit sounds so stupid every time I hear it because you got places in the Midwest that just don't have shit. Where Ken lives at, which is on the East Coast, you can't get what you fucking want. For like
that's hell.
You know what I mean? You still can't get what the fuck you want. You can't, and that's why T-Mobile and Verizon have a 5G thing, but that can only do 26 megabits per second versus what the typical internet speed is.
Yeah.
Either way, at the end of the day, I think gamers tend to kind of game, and non-gamers tend to kind of complain about shit that they're so fixated on complaining. Why is it like this? I'm like, man, this nigga hell.
Man, I don't know, bro. I just think what is it gonna look like? I don't know. I just feel like Sony itself, because that's all I play. I mean, that's all I fuck with. They just got to continue doing what they're doing, bro. Like, I saw that report, which it didn't. Someone, I don't know what it was, but I think Apple was in talks of buying Sony Pictures, but someone was like, yeah, Apple's going to buy Sony. I was like, wait, what the hell? Like, it scared the shit out of me, bro. I was like,
why would Sony sell?
Elon Musk was planning on buying Sony.
The whole Sony?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Hey, Elon Musk was.
Wait! Stop! Who was?
He said Elon Musk.
Get the fuck! This is not serious.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was also trying to buy a McDonald's and fix all the ice cream machines, Joe.
Yep.
Man, I thought you were serious as fuck. I was like, God damn, Elon Musk. I was scared as fuck. I was like, no, we're fucked.
Yeah, you'll be able to play PlayStation and your Tesla, baby.
So I can put all their games on Game Pass. Jesus fucking Christ.
Fucking Teslas come built with the PlayStation 5, like
stock with PS6s and shit.
Holy shit. That is crazy. But like, have they even given Elon Musk the green light of fully getting his shit with Twitter? Like, is that, I know shit just takes time. These big gigantic deals like take a long time.
I'll say this, right? When it comes to that, I don't think I think he's gonna bail out of that bitch.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
To do with Twitter.
No, I think he won't bail out with it because he's trying to manipulate the stocks.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Damn.
He gonna act like he buys it, and then everybody gonna be like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And then he gonna be like, "No, I ain't gonna buy it."
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. He has a big ass head on his shoulders.
I'm trying to build this motherfucking spaceship. Fuck Twitter.
he has like $4 billion companies though.
He has who?
He has 4 different $1 billion companies, I think. 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, he has PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, and some other space related things. Like he has a bunch of $1 billion companies. Yeah.
Yo, I wonder how the fuck Nintendo is doing so damn well with their underpowered ass console. Like, it's just incredible,
it's
bro.
not about how much power the console has. It's about how
That's
the
a
fan
whole.
base
That's a
like their
whole
games.
another conversation.
You know why Nintendo is doing what they're doing? It's because they cater to their fan base, unlike Xbox.
It's incredible what Nintendo has done, bro. They're using the exact same characters for what is this, the third decade? Like, how the fuck is this not dead? Like, it just doesn't. It's incredible, bro. Like, they're basically making the same games, and then I know, like with Zelda, they just put them in the open world, and it was like fucking revolutionary. But
I mean, he
I
put
don't
it
know.
in Elden Ring.
It's just this shit is incredible, bro. Like, I thought they were gonna die off by now. Someone said that they're like the Switch is gonna fucking fail and all of this shit, like way before the Switch
Yeah,
launched.
everybody thought the Switch was gonna fail. Everybody thought the
cater.
Switch was gonna fail, except Nintendo fans.
I mean, they heavily cater to their fucking fan base, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I know one thing that Nintendo did lie about when they said, "Oh yeah, the Switch is not a fucking replacement for the 3DS.
Here we go
We
again.
will still make games for 3DS." And then the 3DS get fucking shadow banned.
They ain't have no choice, bro. The Switch is doing good as fuck. But you got to think, like, okay, with the Wii 2, or what is it called, the Wii U? Didn't they try to make that a little bit more powerful and shit, and it failed? So that's not their model. Like, their model is to make these weird ass GameCube looking ass Nintendo fucking Wii looking ass thing, like shit that's just so abnormal that it just works. Bro, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, Nintendo, bro, they can put a fucking screen on a cucumber and it'll sell, bro. Like, this shit is crazy, bro.
yeah, I mean, I think they do have a certain level of novelty with their products, man. You know,
I respect them hard as fuck. I think
they're a toy company, so yeah.
I respect the niggas, bro, for real.
I mean, I have some respect for some of the weird shit that they do, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like it when people say, you know, when they use the term gimmick. It's kind of annoying to me because it's like, you know, they like the Wii, for example, right? I wasn't a big fan of the Wii, but a lot of people call that shit a gimmick. But the fucking like them implementing the fucking Wii controller and shit like that.
Yeah,
I mean, they were trying to provide like a new type of gaming experience. You know
correct.
what I mean? And that's why like shit like that is kind of annoying when I hear people say that type of stuff with Sony stuff. You know, like the DualSense is a gimmick or whatever. The fucking SSD is a gimmick and all this other shit.
What does it matter, Ken? You don't even fucking like PlayStation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Xbox Game Pass forever, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking Nintendo up your ass. That's what you put the whole Switch up there, don't you?
Game Pass, man. Game Pass.
No, but you're right. They have a propensity to have really good games and I mean really well playing games, and it's all about gameplay. I better get the fuck out of here, man. I said I was gonna be here for 2 hours. I said I want to make this shit short and sweet, and still this shit 3 hours. Ain't this a
man? Come on, Steph. Damn, Golden State is beating the shit.
Anyway, I'm gonna end this shit. Thank you guys for watching my shit, yo. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Bless y'all, man. You have a great weekend. All right.
You too.